Well done, E.
I try. What is going on, everybody? Party people. Welcome back to one of the greatest shows on earth. Hope you're ready for another exciting episode of Do You Even Transform, bro? Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
It is me, your boy Eric B. Joining me tonight is the normal cast of characters. I got my co-host Rusty in the building.
What's up, everybody? I'm the Rusty Mechanic.
I got my other co-host Scott Rod.
Howdy.
For the audio people, thank you. Appreciate that.
No gang signs, please. No gang signs.
Hey, you relax, sir. You
I'm on thin ice this evening, people.
Joining us tonight is also Mr. Derek B. Say what's up to the people.
You know, Rusty, if you use my tagline one more time without permission, I'm gonna send you a bill.
Copyright, trademark,
just for reference, this is how you do it. What's up, everybody? Yeah.
And then also, some of you may recognize this face, but joining us tonight, our special guest co-host, we got Mr. Mark 44 Prime, aka Mr. Leon, aka Mr. Red. Say what's up, everybody.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up?
What up?
No.
I'm bringing back.
Gotta bring it back,
Bring it
man. Oh, that was so cool. That was a moment. Everybody was doing it. Wasn't that for a beer commercial?
Yeah.
Yep.
Budweiser, right?
Yeah.
Even kids was at school doing it. It was such a
Yeah. It was a Super Bowl because it was.
Yeah,
like,
that's when it started.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Derek, man, what you over there partaking in? You got some ice cream?
I have some ice cream. I got
Guess
some
what it is,
ice
y'all.
cream.
Guess what it
What
is?
kind?
Don't let him tell it.
Is this vanilla?
Everybody else take a
Is
guess.
it just vanilla?
Is it
Nope.
is it
Orange
vanilla?
sherbet.
Guarantee it's not.
Orange sherbet.
Maple ripple, and I'm just
Okay,
being
he said
Canadian.
orange
here. That's
sherbet. No,
the only reason
it's
why.
probably butter pecan.
Yeah, pecan.
But that's close. That's close.
Actually,
Orange sherbet.
I was in Wegmans and I saw this one and I was like, yo, I haven't had this one in a minute. Because I used to go to the restaurants and get the apple cobbler desserts, and they give you a scoop of this ice cream.
Cinnamon ice cream
flavor,
Yeah.
premium French.
Wow.
Cinnamon ice
Is
cream.
it? Is it French?
Oh,
I would never thought.
I
Never
don't
seen
know
that
about
before.
the premium French ice cream, but you know, it's cinnamon flavor ice cream. So basically, yeah, it's yeah.
I just knew it was butter pecan. You know, Derek is over.
Oh yeah, well you would have guessed. You would have been on point if it was that, because normally that is either that or vanilla bean. So
Okay,
but yeah, this
I like
cinnamon.
vanilla bean.
Yeah, but the cinnamon one, man, yo, I was like, man, I can't wait.
It's something about
Those-
vanilla
that's-
bean too. It's not like a regular vanilla. It's
not.
not as harsh.
not.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
very smooth, very smooth.
Sorry, I just need to point out that Toy Mafia was not first in the chat this evening. I don't know
For the
what is
first
going
time.
on this
Slipping,
evening.
man. He's slipping.
I'm a little disappointed. 8:03.
Listen. That's only because Wolfie is out on assignment. He is out of town, so he needs something to do while he is away from home.
Mafia must have been late because he was out shaking somebody down for some new Transformers.
You got my money, punk. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, let's go around StreamYard and check in with everybody. As always, we started our special guest, man. How was your week? Or in this case, we ain't seen you in a while. So how's it been for the quarter?
Not bad. I'm sorry. Not bad. Just work. You know, family. Trying to get these trips in order. We supposed to be going to Disney this year. I remember your horror story. Well, I ain't gonna say it was a horror story for yours when you went to Disney, but I know financially it's gonna be a horror story for me.
Oh, it's gonna hit you, brother.
Yeah.
Your
We got a
parent pocket.
Yep. And we got a family reunion coming up in Texas in July. Looking forward to BotCon. Is everybody going or?
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's
Depends
go.
on if the border is still open by the time the BotCon happens.
So we gotta sneak you across the border then, huh? We gotta come get you. You ain't that far away.
Yeah,
No,
I'll be
he's
your,
not.
I'll be your coyote.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there. We'll definitely be there, man. So I'm glad you're going, man. We got to get some of the rest of
Yeah.
the guys. Hopefully they
Yeah,
commit.
yeah.
What's up, man?
It'd be a pleasure to meet everybody in person.
Yeah, man.
For
Good
sure.
time.
Other than that, it's been a
Good
good,
time. Awesome.
good week, good quarter, good weekend, the whole nine.
Okay.
Wait, Rusty, you said you're
That's
going?
what's up, man.
Buddy,
He's gonna try to make
in my head, I'm going, I want to, but
Oh,
honestly, and I don't want to bring the politics into it, but honestly, it all depends on how this shit shakes out in the next 3 to 4 months, man. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
got you.
Makes
I
sense.
got you.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I was preparing Leon. That's why I was like, I said, you know, I said, Leon. All right.
I got my black jogger suit hanging up. It's ready.
When you see,
Adidas?
We'll
We
get
doing
you.
Adidas? Is that-
Detroit. Meet me at the Detroit River, other side.
Shit.
But Canada
That's
needs to do
what's
this.
up.
Make-
That's
make
what's up.
citizenship
Nah, but
legal.
I hope you'll be able to make it, Rusty. For real.
I agreed. Honestly,
for sure.
I definitely want to come down and see you guys again, obviously, but yeah,
It happens.
we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
You'll be okay.
Mhm.
Scotty, you were saying what Canada needs to do?
Make citizenship a little easier for us Americans up there. So we can,
Low key, I wouldn't mind a dual citizenship. I'm right across the border.
You know what? What's
Right.
embarrassing is I'm actually part of the department that's responsible for making sure that fucking citizenship website stays up and running all the time. And you guys keep coming up here and crashing it constantly. Could you just take it easy, okay? Like, relax.
I mean,
People are
y'all the
asking,
one was
people
with
are
all the cool
curious.
shit, so that's why we coming out there.
We got the free healthcare. Come on.
What's
Right.
going on, Void? I don't think I've seen that dude in the chat
I don't think
before.
I've seen Void either. No, Void
Welcome.
7904. Welcome.
What's up, Void? 7904. How you been, man? I ain't seen
He's
you
a figure
in
banging.
a long time.
Oh,
He's a figure banging veteran.
why I'm not surprised Derek knows the dude.
Quick question.
Yep.
Who's Void 7904 for real?
I just see him. I don't know who he is in real life, but he's in a figure banging chat.
He's
Right.
like, are you
Okay.
sure? Okay. He's got no profile picture, so he's suspect, right? So,
Oh, okay.
He said he'd been
What up,
working.
Jedi.
oh,
So
Jedi. Look at Jedi.
So you know, for all of you very perceptive people out there, you know, you're looking at these 5 windows. One of these things is not like the other, but can you pick out the difference?
Well, he did say. He did say 3 of us know him, so one, we are. You are that, and we're gonna move right along. How was your week, buddy?
Are we doing
Did
Derek?
you eat ice cream? Yeah, I was going to Derek.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
You gotta swallow first. You gotta swallow.
Oh,
Hey,
sorry.
yo! Whoa! Whoa!
I like this dude already. 5th
Whoa.
member of
Where's the pause button on this thing?
Capital.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Derek.
Let's rewind that back. And
We're
then
talking about
start
ice
off.
cream here.
Listen,
We're
talking
guys,
about ice cream.
We got blocked once this year already. I don't think we
Oh
need to
my
go
God.
through that again. That was,
Nope,
you know,
that wasn't us technically, but I was
Technically,
on that show that happened.
technically. It is
that's,
this
that's what they
channel.
get. That's what they get for messing with Transformers on a different show.
Now I gotta take my glasses off.
That's right. That's right.
Wolfie's got it. Yeah,
So-
one of you isn't wearing sleeves. Yeah.
My week since the last show, my time since the last show has been up and down.
Oh,
But
man.
I would like to say that it ended on a perfect note. Now,
Okay.
this weekend, over the weekend, Sean took me to Atlantic City because we needed to get out the house.
That's your
And
getaway.
I'm sure if y'all saw the show yesterday, fuck it, I'm going to tell you again. So what happened was I had a crappy week the previous weekend due to some family situations. Well, yeah, some family situations, and you know, it lingered over into the week, and then it turned into some drama. But fast forward to now, it would really stress me out. It was really bugging me. And Sean was like, you know what? Go pack your bag. I'm like, you can't get me out? And she's like, no, pack your bag so we can go away for the weekend. And I was like, okay, cool. So she took me to Atlantic City and we had a blast. We had a great time. shout out to Sean because if it wasn't for my baby, I don't know what I'd be dealing with right now. And it's like, because a lot of other things came after that, but she took me out. We had an absolutely great time. Slots, blackjack, getting the tables in and, got a couple of games of roulette in and, did pretty well. Didn't come out on top like, we imagined, but the important thing to that was us having fun. And that was the whole key to the whole thing. So yeah, on the way back home on Monday. Monday is my mom's birthday, and my mom passed away back in 2020. So I was talking to my siblings on the way home, and we was just having good memories and all that type of stuff. But it was a great weekend. And I don't bring up my mom just to bring a thing down because. I bring up my mom because I continue to celebrate her, anytime, it's her time, Mother's Day and her birthday. So, but yeah, we had a great time. It was lots of laughs and, yeah, it was just an amazing weekend, so.
Sound like you had time to get away and clear your brain.
Yeah, had that time to, to reset, you know what I mean?
Flush
so it was just like, okay. Yeah. But yeah. Came back home, got ready for the show last night. Literally had to. So robot news, y'all know I do robot news for ETR.
What? No,
I
way.
literally.
Do you?
Yeah. There you go, using my catchphrases again. I told you I'm gonna send you a bill. So, I literally had an hour to prepare robot news because I haven't did nothing. And I pulled it off. We got the news off, got the breaking news off and everything. So yeah, man, it was a great night last night. It's gonna be an even better night tonight, man. I am super excited about what we're gonna be talking about tonight, and I can't wait to get into it. So with that being said, let me bring it back to you, Eric.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I also want to give you just a little small piece of advice. You never let them see the man behind the curtain. You only did it for an hour. It took you an hour. You made it happen. You don't got to give them all that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Hey, y'all know me. A lot of y'all know me as being very transparent on a lot of things.
No doubt.
So, because I need to be, that guy for y'all. So, whenever I'm telling y'all something, I'm being truthful about it. So, I'm not Superman awesome, when it comes to the news, but I definitely get it done. And we got it done last night.
And you got it done last night. That's
just
awesome.
trying to make himself sound good. I got it done in an hour. Can you imagine? Only an hour.
That's what's up, man. Well, speaking of doing things in an hour, come on, Mr. Canada, Mr. America's hat.
All right, fair enough. All right. So an hour ago, I was at work, but here I am for the Do You Even Transform Bro podcast, hanging out with you fine gentlemen this evening and the rest of you in the chat squad. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And his commute's 55 minutes, so it's pretty impressive.
Exactly. So look at how handsome I look in that amount of time. Do you know anybody else on the show that can put themselves together as quickly as this? No. I don't even know what I'm doing in an hour. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Anyway.
Ask Brink to do it. He'll do it in 20 seconds.
Right?
We gotta bring that bit back.
What have I been up to? So I've become addicted to a new video game, which Derek, if you haven't seen me on Call of Duty in the last little while, this is the reason why.
Oh, please tell me it's not Rivals. Please tell me it's not Rivals.
Rivals is garbage. That is a terrible game.
Yeah.
My God. No. Wreckfest 2 was early released on Steam this past week, and I jumped onto that game. If you've never played Wreckfest, it is a racing crash-up derby game, and I am 1,000% addicted to this game. It is fantastic. If you haven't tried it out yet, go and try it. It's on PS5 and Xbox and Steam on your PC, and it's early access, so it's a little buggy, but it's still a blast. It's a fantastic game, and you just running around dirt tracks with other people, crashing into each other, taking each other out. Absolutely fantastic game. I'm absolutely addicted to it. You can check me out at PC. I'm playing it on PC, with a controller, no less. And some of the guys have said, like some of the guys I've been chatting with in different forums and stuff have said that they've tried it on wheel, and they're like, don't, because your wheel is just constantly vibrating and doing this, right? Like that's all you're doing. Yeah. And they're like, don't play this thing on wheel. You're like, rest in peace forearms is essentially what they're doing. Right? So it's fun. I did get I have some horrible news, unfortunately. I did get MPG-09 Super Jinrai in the mail as part of the raffle that I'm running at the end of the month, which we will talk about at the end of the show. Finally showed up. Crushed.
What?
Crushed.
Wow.
Into a nice flat, like about this thick, when it showed up in the mail. So as a Canadian, and with all of the political fun that is going on between the two countries, I decided that I would support Canadian. And I found MPG-09 Super Jinrai at a Canadian retailer outlet, which I will name Canada Computers. Not typically known for selling collectibles or Transformers or whatever, right? But they do sell sorry, Scott, what's the model kits here? Gundam, sorry. They sell Gundam, and they just started recently getting into Masterpiece, like official Takeru Tomy Masterpiece figures and stuff, and they just happen to have it available on their website. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to support a Canadian company. And I went ahead and ordered it. And these idiots shipped it to me in a plastic bag.
Stop playing.
No box, no packaging, no fuck all.
But was it
just a
crushed?
plastic bag, and it was crushed by UPS.
Wow.
On the way to my house. Yeah.
Wait.
Money.
Okay.
I
So
think
this
the universe is
computer
trying to pay
place,
something, man.
the Canadian Computers, you said.
Canada
It's not a storefront. It's a place you
So
order
they have
from.
they have big box stores, and they have an online presence. So they're basically like a Canadian version of Best Buy, basically, right?
Yeah.
So they have their stores, but they also got an online presence.
Owned by
And I was
Canadian
like-
Tire, who owns everything up there.
Exactly, right? Which is currently owned by Colombians, I think. But anyway, it's hard to say. Anyway, so this thing showed up crushed. So anyway, so I of course immediately sent it back to them. I got my refund, all money already, and I did order a new copy. It's coming from Chosen Prime, so I'll give a shout out to them because they did fire it off to me super quick. No, I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to.
Never.
Say that. I'm not allowed to say that.
Not
Sorry.
ever.
It's the only place I could find it, so I had to.
You
I had
can't
to go with
win.
TCP. I had to go with TCP. Sorry, is that a bad word? Anyway,
They can
So
I'm batting 1,000 this evening, guys. I'm telling you right now. There's everything I've said so far. Eric is not happy with.
no,
so anyway,
I'm still on this Canadian computer situation. So this is a store that sells computers. Obviously, I hope, and they also sell Gundams, and they sell toys.
Transformers. Yep.
They sell Transformers.
Yep.
Okay, so this store is not a legit store. They sell drugs. Anytime you shipping shit in a bag, you sell drugs. No, they sell drugs. Canadian Computers, if you're listening to this right now, you've been caught. And I hope they lock your asses
It's
up.
slapped with a slander lawsuit.
You understand
right?
that, but drugs are legal in Canada, right? Like that's
Exactly
right. So anyway.
that's why they sent you. Anytime that you send in anything in bags and it's supposed to be solid, come on.
You know what I'm
That's
like
crazy.
you know the bag I'm talking about, right? Like it's those
the giant Ziploc bags.
Kind of, yeah, but
No,
like,
the
they've got
shipper
like they've got like the rip
You take the tape off and then you seal
exactly,
it.
right?
Yeah.
They wrapped one of those around the box, the actual box, and then they just chucked it in the mail.
Then they put they surround it with popcorn and maybe
No,
some
man.
flour so it don't
No.
smell like Coke.
Nothing, just the bag.
No, I'm
Just
talking
the
about if
bag.
they actually selling the. You know what? Let's get off.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's time
I'm gonna
to
let
move
it go.
on.
It
I'm
was-
gonna let it go.
correct.
I'm gonna let
It
it go.
was
But
correct.
we're gonna have a
It was
side conversation after the show.
There we go.
100%.
All right, is
Anyway.
that it for you, Rusty?
Pretty. Oh, sorry. I wanted to let you guys know that we did. Heather and I, aka Boom Boom Betty, we sat down and we watched Equalizer.
Which one?
The
TV
Denzel
show
joint?
or
The first
movie?
one, the Denzel one.
Oh,
Not the
that's a
show.
good movie.
Not
Good
the
flick.
show. no, because you guys said you were like, hey, you got to watch this, and I like
It's a
Denzel.
really good movie.
I mean,
Right?
Queen Latifah had her time, but Equalizer was not it.
Equalizer was
That's not
not
it.
it. Yeah,
Nah, not at all.
not bad. I'm willing to watch the second and the third one.
All
I don't
of them
think it
are good.
was. I don't think it was great.
Yeah, the second one was
it was
good. The third one, a little shaky, but still good.
Yeah.
Still good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that played
Worth a watch.
opposite Denzel as the bad guy, I thought was fantastic in the movie. I thought he was really like the British,
Yeah, he was a good one.
whatever Russian
Yeah.
guy, whatever he was there, right? He was really good. Like it was a good movie. And we did have a local what do you call it? Comic-Con called Geeked Out here in Ottawa just this past weekend. My buddy that runs a shop here in Ottawa called Robot Scrapyard, he's actually picked up one of those Metroplexes. The Lewin, like the 4 foot tall
Lewin one, yeah.
Metroplexes, and I was gonna go, and so it was funny. So he was actually getting it delivered to the conference center where this Geeked Out Comic-Con was happening in Ottawa, and he was actually gonna build it. Didn't show up in time. So it didn't show up until the day after. So I was hoping to like get with him to actually do like some videos and stuff of like actually building it at the show and stuff. It didn't happen, but we're going to get together and do some. So I'll have some videos up on my YouTube channel later once we actually get the build done. But I went and floated around with them and poked around. It's fun to get out, you know, especially now, right? Like the season's ending, right? The snow is disappearing, right? We're getting sort of into Comic-Con season again, right? So it was nice to get out to a local Comic-Con and actually see, you know, hang out with people and run into people that I know in the area and the community and stuff that's here locally and all that stuff. So that was fun too. And I picked up some stuff, but we'll get into that later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Scott Rod, how's your week been so far, man?
I will keep it brief. After our last episode of this show, we were fortunate enough to have dinner with and share an evening with Derek and Sean. That was awesome, except for the food, because the food crashed and burned because we were not on our regular setup. So we'll
no, it was wonderful because what we did there, we mimicked here.
Oh,
And
man.
you know, it was amazing. Do not sell yourself short on that one. No, it was amazing. But continue.
Thank
we
you.
thoroughly enjoyed it. Talked
thank
about the entire ride home.
And then you know, the rest of that week we took care of our grandkids, came back home, and got a new job. So I'll be starting that on April 7th.
Oh,
Shout out
So,
to you.
yep.
Congratulations.
What's
man.
Yes, sir.
Found a company I think I'm
Congrats.
pretty excited about. So
Congrats,
tried to be
man.
very picky this time. I don't want to leave this one after 3 weeks because they have massive OSHA violations and not raising their people's pay in over 4 years.
Wow.
So yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna keep it brief so we can get moving along. What about you, Mr. EB, Mr. Leader?
So it's been okay. It's been ups and downs. This weekend was good. Got a chance to do Savannah's last cookie booth for the season. So her cookie sales are done. Kennedy is still, her website is up still. So if anybody needs some cookies and you live local, you can get them from there. Or if you want them delivered, you can also get them from there. Just hit me up. I'll shoot you the link. But we did that. And then on Sunday, got a chance to hang out with what we call the tribe. So both of my daughters go to a school called Southfield Christian, and they both have some classmates that they're all pretty cool with, pretty close. And we're good friends with their parents. So we get together once a month or once a quarter. I can't remember what it is now at this point, but I think it's more like once a month. And I'm only saying I can't remember because the wives get together separately. So it kind of runs together. But we got a chance to do that at a indoor nature center right in the heart of downtown Detroit. So that was pretty cool. Got a chance to see some of the fellas and get a chance to catch up with them and talk to them. So that was fun. And then work was a Monday. So glad that's over. And Tuesday went better. So, and I'm here with you guys and was excited about the fire that you guys had going in the chat with this topic tonight. So I'm looking forward to getting into it with you guys.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we're going to have to find out if anybody transformed, bro. What you got?
No, but you had a birthday too.
That's
You had
true.
a birthday, sir.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes, you did. And you know, and shout out to you for your birthday. And you know, Mr. You know, almost hitting his 40s. Actually, he is 40.
Call him out like that. He's 29.
Don't
forever.
look it.
29
Man, yo,
forever.
man. Hey, that's why I call him my little big bro. But yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
yeah, because he don't look his age. You know, shoot. So yo, happy belated birthday to you, my brother. And I hope you enjoyed. I know you enjoyed it. So yeah, you know, I know y'all had a great time. So yeah, that's
Yeah, and I'll touch
deja
on
vu.
everybody know that.
I thought we wished you happy birthday last show.
You wish me
No,
it
it
was
was-
early birthday, but my birthday
yeah.
is technically that Saturday.
Okay.
it was
okay,
that coming Saturday. So yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Everybody in the chat, give my man a shout out for his birthday. Hashtag HB Eric B. Hashtag HB Eric B.
I appreciate
Hit him up.
that, man. I appreciate
How
that.
long,
And
how
just
long you been,
Yes,
how long you
sir.
been sitting on that hashtag? You've been sitting on that hashtag all week.
it works. It works.
Uh,
It works.
I just made that up. You know, we got to do this shit
Just
on the
now?
fly. What's it-
On the fly, baby.
Yeah, we got to do this shit on the fly. That's how
All
creative
this, all
we
this,
are.
all this is all
You
this stuff
know?
is made up on the fly. Nothing is planned, guys. We do this on the
There
fly.
we go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, look at that. Wolfie already in the chat. I can always
That's
count
what I'm
on
saying.
Wolfie.
You know.
My
No, but
dog.
seriously, happy
My
birthday,
dog.
man. You know, hope you had a
Thanks, man. And I'll touch on that very briefly. There's a couple of people I do want to give shout outs to. Once you guys, I mean, you hit me up right away and tell me happy birthday, Derek, with that amazing post. Thank you so much. And for all the people who follow the show, all my friends and family who gave me birthday shout outs, telephone calls, emails, text messages, you guys are the greatest. You know how to make me feel great on my day. And shout out to my wife and kids for getting my name on the big board at the Pistons game. That was
Yeah,
probably
that was
the
dope.
highlight of my
Oh,
year.
really? Nice.
Yeah,
So that was pretty
dope.
pretty dope. And shout out
Yeah.
to Kaniqua and Stelton Welsh. Mr. Welsh works for the Pistons organization, and my wife did some scheming to get my name up there. So shout out to them. They're part of the tribe.
Scheming Willie
pretty cool.
Beeman.
Yeah, man, it was pretty cool. So shout out to them. Shout out to them for that.
Yeah, that was very
And
dope.
yeah, man. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I had a blast. I couldn't have brought in 43 any other way. Any way that it would have made it better. These kids loved on me, and my wife treated me very well. So, and my family and friends always looked out. So that was a good thing. It was a good time.
All I gotta say is this is quickly escalating because at first it was approaching 40, then it was 40, now it's 43, all within the span of like 5 minutes. I mean,
Hey,
He's
man,
29.
listen.
He's 29 forever.
Hey, man.
We got
But
it.
you know what they say though, Scott? Black don't crack.
Black-
It's right.
Oh, no.
My wife constantly
Don't you
reminds
do it,
me
Rusty.
that
Don't you
I
do it.
can't
I
say
don't-
that,
Rusty,
but she
don't you
can.
do it.
I'm out. I'm out.
Don't you do it.
I'm out.
All right,
As,
moving right.
as the whitest guy here, I'm just gonna. I'll be back. I'll be back.
No, Rusty, you
You're
good.
there too.
Y'all are nuts,
Rusty, there
man.
are two of those sayings that you may hear, but you cannot repeat. Well, black don't crack is one of them,
Yes.
and color people time is the other.
Yeah, you just can't. But anywho, moving right along. Oh, he went out by again. All right. Well, I think it's time for us to move right along in the show. I think
All right,
we
let's
had
get
a
it.
lot of fun there in the beginning, but we do need to find out if anybody transformed this week. So let me get Rusty back up here. Let me do all the maneuvering again because you guys don't know how to stop pressing buttons.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
All right. So let's find out who transformed this week. Oh, I don't start, but let's start with Rusty. There we go.
You want to start with me?
Rusty.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Did you transform, bro?
So, like I said, I did go to my local Comic-Con called Geeked Out Ottawa. So I do have some stuff, something that I picked. So I actually brought some Studio Series stuff to the show because I was like, I'm tired of hanging on to this stuff. I'm just gonna trade it into my buddy at the robot scrapyard there and let him give me some cash, whatever it is. And he happened to have this kicking around on his little kiosk, and I thought, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna jump into the Blockies
Yeah.
mania.
It
Whatever
really
this
looked like you
is.
jumped in. They're all still in
did.
packaging.
I know, because literally happened on Sunday, and I was like, you know what? I'll save it for the show. So here they are. Look,
Oh my
sealed,
Mhm.
not even open, right?
Shiny.
Don't even know what's going on. So
Hey,
the
man,
Shining version.
get ready to
from
have
last
fun.
year,
Shiny.
You know?
Listen,
yeah,
but
so,
they all have the same box number on them. Does that mean you have all the same?
They're
figures?
blind boxed.
so
Get a blind box.
They're blind boxed.
Oh,
yeah, but
Heck.
so if you
As
buy
if
the,
non-transforming wasn't enough. They're
that's
blind
right,
boxed.
as if Yellow Park wasn't enough. I don't even know what
Yeah.
the hell is in these. But so anyway, apparently the way
what
this
are we
works
doing? What are
is
we
that
doing?
it All 6 of these are in the set. So if you buy the whole box, you're going to get all 6 of these, but you might end up with the exclusive shiny Optimus Prime.
Yep.
So
that is the chase figure.
Okay.
That's the chase figure. So the chase figure could be in here, or it could just be these 6 guys. So I was like, you know what?
Or it could just be a myth that make this so that you buy more.
I can end up with 6 of the same figure.
JB.
Who goddamn knows, right? I don't know.
Wait
So
a minute,
anyway.
Esteban killing you.
You know what? I've already thought about this. I am gonna open these. I am gonna open these live on my channel for shits and giggles, just to see what's in there. But anyway, that's another show. That's not this show. But that's it. That's all.
Make sure you post it up when you do.
I will, absolutely.
Yeah.
Other than the crushed MPG-09 Super Jinrai, that is all that I picked up in the last couple of weeks.
Nice. Short and sweet. Love to see it. Derek, did you transform, bro?
I sure did, and I've shown these on ETR already, but I'm going to show them again because I'm that excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got one of my last New Age Blaster figures. I got the
That's not the Shattered Glass. What's that called? That is Shattered
That's
Glass.
called Shattered Glass right there.
It's the Shattered Glass version. Yep. Yeah. No, you thinking about Twin Cast.
Yeah, Twin Cast.
Yeah, I got Twin Cast, and I got the Toon version. I got this toy version, the Toon version, the Hate Plague version, Shattered Glass version. The only one I didn't get was I didn't get the comic version yet. So I still got to chase that one at some point. But yeah, and also speaking of Blaster, my buddies Carl, Grant, and Sony helped me acquire this at
TFCon LA.
TFCon in LA. I'll show you the outer box first. Yeah,
That's a slick box.
Yeah.
Look at this man with the white gloves on.
Oh, nice.
Oh my.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Oh my.
Yeah, it comes with all 4 tapes.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm sorry, three out of the 4 tapes. Yeah, so
You should just frame that in one of those shadow boxes, the whole thing.
dude, I was
That would be
thinking.
slick.
Honestly, I was really thinking about that. So I'm like, yo, I don't want to open this set. I don't want to open it. I just, wanted it, and I appreciated them, making sure that I got this. That's.
I think you should just open it right now.
No, we don't have time.
Okay, no
But
thanks.
and going into our topic tonight, my good friend and buddy and pal Scott Rod there got me these. No, I have not opened it yet because I want to do it in my own time. But man, when I tell you,
your 2 additional ones will be there before you open those.
Yeah, you know what?
Jesus.
But I'm gonna enjoy these because I've been wanting to get my hands on these sets for a while. So I am going in on the whole set. But thank you for starting me out.
You only have one more purchase to make, and that is the original because I already have the middle 2 coming to you.
Scott,
a long haul and
bad influence.
Wow, you are awesome, man. You are awesome. I appreciate you.
As a YouTube reviewer, I'm saddened at the fact that these figures are not flowing in my direction. I don't understand. We've had this discussion. I don't know how many times.
Hey, man.
They just sending stuff.
We had an actual episode where I offered to do that, and you're like, "Don't do it because you got to pay taxes."
Well, especially now.
Right. Okay, but real quick. I know y'all noticed I got my white gloves on.
Oh yeah,
There's a reason for that.
What's going on?
There's a reason for that.
Tell us.
Because of this guy.
What the hell is that?
Does that transform into anything?
I don't think that's a
That's
transform.
This is Blitzway.
Okay.
Come on, Eric B. I need you to give me this one. This is
That's a
Blitzway.
beautiful piece.
I think you need to.
This
push
is
the
where
Grand
you cut it
Sword
off,
Siege.
Eric, I think. I think this
Can
is
I
where
push
you
the
push
button?
the button. Yeah.
No.
Push
It does
the button to
transform.
show
Y'all stop playing.
into what?
Stop.
No.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Time to go.
While you have me, I'll just tell
What
a quick
is he
story.
doing, people?
I don't know. Yeah,
What
that's
is
right.
wrong with him?
That's right.
I mean, as
Let me tell
my
you-
wife and
let
I
me tell
often
you-
do. Go ahead.
Let me tell you a quick story while he's off. And speaking of terrorists and stuff, I sent Bobby that MMC drift so
Mhm.
he could do a review on it, and then he sent it back to me. And guess what happened at the border?
They turned back around.
No, I got taxed on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not fucking kidding you.
Crazy.
I'm not kidding you. I got fucking taxed
That's
on the way back.
crazy, bro.
Yep.
On what you sent, that's nuts.
Yep.
That's
he even
nuts.
marked on it. He was like gift returning to owner, and they were like, because he had to declare what the value of the figure was, and I got taxed on the value of the figure.
Never again, bro. Never again.
Uh-huh.
Wait till it's all over.
Yeah.
Bidi, what the hell is that?
What is it?
Okay,
bring me to
so
center. Get me out of here.
Y'all
Bring me to
remember
center.
Voltron from back in
There
the
you
day,
go.
right?
Who's
I do.
Y'all
Voltron?
remember Voltron?
I don't
If
remember.
this thing
A
don't
year
combine, you going
after-
back to the cornfield.
That's not in G1
Okay,
Transformers.
it does combine
The-
because the
the
jetpack. This is a jetpack
Okay, never mind.
that you
What are we
assemble
doing?
with it.
What are we doing here?
Move on to-
What is
move
going
to
on here?
Leon, save us from ourselves, please, for the love of
Please,
God.
Leon.
I'm scared to show anything on this show. Shit. Do I dare?
It's gotta be Transformers related or
Transformers.
adjacent.
I know. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Well,
Oh.
I'm in the Legends game, and had this guy for a minute.
Little Lyle
So-
Kaiser.
Yeah. So Lyle Kaiser from Unique Toys, Iron Factory. Yeah. I don't even know where I bought it from. So I ended up getting the other two guys to finish them off.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
That's
All
fair.
right.
That's slick.
It's a solid figure, man. They did a really good job with this.
I heard.
I don't do too many masterpieces anymore, but yeah, man, it's very solid. I was highly surprised that I think mainly because they do the parts forming, whatnot,
Mhm.
so that helps a whole lot. And I prefer that, if they, for any transformer that I get, just give me the parts on
There's
the
some
side.
people already calling it their Transforming Figure of the Year. I mean, there's some
Oh, really?
competition out there, but people love it. They love
Yeah,
it.
Wow.
it is very nice. Look forward to getting that last one. That's pretty much all I got that I had from the catalog, actually, because I had that sitting over to the side for a
Nice.
minute, and figured out.
So Void's asking, is anyone picking up the HasLab version?
I am not.
Negative.
Yeah.
No.
It's a wrap.
man.
I haven't supported HasLab Transformers since Unicron.
Unicron. Yeah.
The beginning.
Yeah.
I almost got the Fire Convoy, but I decided last minute. There was too much stuff going on at the time anyway. So,
100%.
but it's
yeah.
You know
Oh,
what?
I did.
this-
I did. I'm sorry.
Go
Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was gonna say because I saw Rusty had the Lego Transformer arc back there.
Oh yeah.
And I did start putting that together. I got both the sides of the mountain together so far. That thing is a beast.
That thing. So I actually tried to do like a review video of it, and there was so much footage at the end. I just couldn't. I
Yeah.
couldn't get through it, and I couldn't speed build it enough fast enough. I couldn't edit it enough to
Oh my God.
break it down. To fuck! It took
And
me.
that's
a
saying
week
something
to,
because if you ever seen this guy's review videos, man, They
Oh,
long.
buddy! Oh my God! Listen, I was good with my last one. I got it under 15 minutes. So don't
it
even-
was perfect.
anyway.
It was perfect.
Yeah,
it
I'm
was the
gonna-
chef's kiss, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna do more of the review videos like that. I'm just gonna do quick and dirty. But yeah, that video, dude. I could not. It took me a week to film it all, right? Because I did it in stages, and man, that thing was a beast. And I mean, Eric will tell you, right? Because he's into Legos and stuff. He's like, you guys don't build Legos. We don't, right? And when you build something like that for the first time,
Yeah.
man, that thing is beast.
Yeah.
It took me 2 hours to get one side together.
Yep.
About 2 hours to get the other side. Yeah, this thing it's intricate as hell. And I was like, every time I was gonna put something together tonight, and I had put a fan in my daughter's room right before the show, And I'm like, my arms are shaking right now because I've been holding the fan up, trying to get the wires tucked and everything. I'm like, oh hell no, I ain't doing shit else.
Dude, there are every stage of that thing that I built, I had to take apart at some point because I missed something. Right, I get like halfway through and I'd be like, "Oh shit, I didn't put this in the right place," and then I had to like break it apart and go back.
Yes.
Oh my god, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah. Especially when the instructions aren't the greatest. That's never. So you will see that a lot with third party party Lego kit.
Yeah,
the instructions
they're great,
are not as good as the Lego.
Yeah, they're great. The gray parts on the instruction sheet suck.
Well, that was one of the things I screwed up, is that there's two different colored gray parts. There's like a dark gray and a light gray, and I ended up using light gray parts where I should have used dark gray, and then I got to a point I was like, oh my god, and I had to like pull the whole thing apart. Oh fuck, it was awful.
Oh, wow.
It was awful. It was not a good experience.
I don't cry very often, but my eyes watered up a couple of times.
That's crazy. You get anything else, Leon?
Transformer wise, no, I ain't trying to get kicked out. I got a bunch of other shit.
Hey, right here.
What's up, bro?
So when I saw that, it made me realize, I was like, yo, I just won that centerpiece recently, because it's this.
Holy shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I won this.
Oh,
nice.
I won this in another podcast.
I got a
podcast.
Did you win that?
Forge. Yes. Yes.
God, man. I tell you, boy.
That
boy is crazy.
Right?
Oh man, y'all just won't let it go.
We love you, bro. We love you.
And Willie, when you see me put white gloves on, you're in for greatness. Just know that. You're in to see something great.
Super big.
And that piece over there that I had to put away now, but it was a piece of greatness.
Oh, listen, I'm sure it is. It's just not a piece of greatness for this show.
It transforms.
It does.
I gotta get that, by the way.
Okay.
Derek.
Have you ever watched Trans-OZ or Mazen Kaiser?
Holy shit! This is another show. This is another show.
Does that transform?
It does. It does things to transform into different things.
Scott, save me!
Anyway.
Save me,
Eric, you're losing control, man.
Okay.
Anyway.
Moving along. I will go to Rusty, man. Rusty, what about you? Did you transform, bro?
You already got me. I already told you.
I think his name is Scott Rod.
Oh, it's Scott. Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, so I'm gonna start out with. I said there is some things that were like, one of these things is not like the other, and Eric called out that there's only one of us not wearing sleeves. That's correct. There are at least two others, and I'm gonna name one, and then you got to get me on the third one now. So the other one is there's just one of us that doesn't have a collection behind it because he's not a really true collector. So
okay, shots fired.
Yeah.
All right.
In my office.
Okay.
In my office.
Take that.
So because I am the smallest member of our cast, I will start with the smallest member of the figures that I got this week.
You keep your small members to yourself, sir. We do not need to see that on camera.
Dre.
Okay, what is going on?
Okay. Okay.
Right.
And Rusty, I gave you some flowers in the comment section of your video, but it was an excellent video.
Thank you.
Excellent video. And that was the first video I called up when this guy came in to go back to the transformation, because you edited the fuck out of that thing and it was great. And you gave a timestamp, so I didn't even have to scroll through to try to find it.
I love when y'all do that.
Yes.
I absolutely love when y'all do that. You reviewers that timestamp certain points of the videos. I absolutely love that.
This is the feedback I need, people. Like, come on. This is
like,
send me those comments. I need that feedback. Is my video too long? Do I not have the timestamps? Tell me what you need.
So this is a strong figure, with the exception of this backpack right here.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because the moment that you try to move the arms, which it's not doing because I'm holding on to it. It's not doing it now. But is that this whole like chest comes up because this does not lock in. It's the only weak part about this figure. But otherwise, super solid New Age Warpath.
Definitely reminded me of Fans Toys Warpath. Definitely reminded me of Fans Toys shirts.
And then, I mean,
yes,
like, brother, this thing is
Nice.
freaking awesome. The articulation,
Like you got him in,
yeah, man, like just crazy good.
I
And then Sea Drift.
I was disappointed that Bobby didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, Bobby's
You know?
got some different taste. I've long since
taste, bro.
Oh, y'all really?
I've long
surprised.
since got comfortable with the fact that there are things that I like that Bobby doesn't. So
Yep.
and I'm looking forward to his other color counterpart, which I'm also getting. So
Yep.
all right.
Yes.
Then yes, bro.
Yes.
Oh,
already got him. eh?
Wait,
Right.
Well done.
Wow! Shout out
mail.
to Magic Square
Direct from Magic Square.
Yeah.
And I would say that for me, this guy was an improvement over the two previous releases in the fact
really?
that the two previous releases on both of them, the hip joints are super tight, and I'm like, and these are just
Really
perfect.
Got those butter hips,
Nice.
Yep, got those butter hips. All right. And then,
Okay, you know what?
It
Just
looks
based
good,
on
butter
based on Scott Rod's endorsement, I'm gonna say right now that'll be up for grabs in the raffle for next month.
Hey, let's
Hey,
go.
there you go.
Let's go.
Excellent figure. And then, of course,
Nice.
shout out to our show sponsor, Nick the Toy Guy, for getting this to me. Yeah. I have not yet transformed him because he just got here around 3-4 o'clock today, and I got to hit up what's going on. But I plan to do that. Doesn't look like it's too complicated of a transformation. I realize that there are some people who have some issues with this thing, from being too plain or too fat. He's a little fatty. But I don't intend to display him in this mode. They will be in combined mode when they are there.
Okay.
So I don't really care about that. It's great.
Fair enough.
And then finally,
Whenever you're ready, no rush.
He got short arms, man. You got to be careful.
Oh yeah, there it is.
part of
There
the
it is.
on topic tonight is Mr. and let's raise the.
Let me get my bucket.
What?
That thing looks gross.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I mean,
I'm telling
you're
you,
wearing,
this thing
you're
is-
wearing a pink tank top. Others could say the same.
And
This thing is awesome. It's so
You know the
like it.
difference, Rusty?
so
No
good.
one in my face is going to say that looks gross.
yeah, that's
That
right.
thing looks gross.
Right. No, that thing looks. I love it. I love it.
No,
Like I
I'm just
said,
giving,
I
I'm
can't
just
wait
giving
to-
Scotty
like
a hard
that.
time, man. That thing is interesting.
It is.
definitely
It is.
interesting.
Yeah. We'll definitely get into that later. But yeah, it is. It is cool looking. But I'm with you. It's not for me. But anyway, yeah.
Any one of those figures I can take off and transform in under 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's the alluring
Mhm.
part for a lot of people. It brings back the
Right.
fun of Masterpiece.
Yeah.
And we'll get into the rest of it and what makes that thing great during the
Yeah.
topic. So
There
Cool,
you go.
man. Cool. Well, I guess that leaves moi. So I've been waiting on this thing since before Chinese New Year, and it finally showed up. Shout out to MagicSquareToys.com. I did get my side swipe, and it is a
Yo, you
beautiful looking.
Finally
side.
got it.
Finally got it.
I'm
I
still
think last
still
week
waiting.
sometime.
Fine. I don't know what's going. Anyway, yeah.
So it's a good looking figure. I love all the paint and stuff on it, but I'll tell you, when I got it in hand and I started to manipulate it, I wasn't too impressed.
Mm.
It has some of the cues of what I want for being tune accurate, but I also expected a little more on the articulation side, and it's just meh in that area. Like, it has 90-degree knees and legs. The ab crunch is cool, but the ball joint for the head won't allow me to get the pose that I want out of it. It's
well,
fine.
I guarantee you
It's
one
fine.
thing: Fans Toys isn't going to be better on the articulation front. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm all, well, I don't know. And I'll say this: if it's anything like their Jazz, which it could be, that thing will be great. Jazz is still my favorite Autobot figure from them. And Ultra Magnus is probably my second, but that Jazz is phenomenal. So if they have the articulation points and cues that thing has, it has the chance to be a stellar figure. But it's Jazz.
So question for you though, what sideswipe figure do you have that's better than that DX9 that you have?
The bag cube articulation is still better than this.
It's still better. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Still better. The joints are smoother. It moves and articulate a lot better.
You can get it into much better too.
Yeah, the plastic. I don't know. That's hit or miss. It's negligible. Maybe in the legs, right? So like the legs, I think the plastic's better on the bag cube, but I think the upper torso fits the better on the DX9. But we can have the conversation another day. I did also, judging by tonight's assignment, I also got a couple things that are mean green and roll machines. I did get the X Transbots scrapper, so that finally came in from shout out to Toy Dojo. I got that in, and then shout out to our sponsor Nick the Toy Guy, because I also got my scrapper or scavenger. Scavenger.
Nice.
So things pretty awesome. But that's it for me, guys. Woo! That was a long opening sequence, guys. Well, judging by the time, I think we do have time for one more segment before we get to what we have on deck for the night, which should also be topic related. We need to find out if something still holds up. So, guys, go ahead and get ready as I play the bumper. Yeah. All right. Well, tonight on deck, we have Mr. Derek B bringing back our oldie but goodie segment. Does it still hold up? And Derek, why don't you tell the friendly people what you got there?
All right. What I got right here is the OG, to me, at least. Some people will say others like Giant and, other bullshit like that. But, the OG of the Devastators for me is Toy World DEVY. Okay, not Hasbro. Toy World.
All right.
This is actually my second Devastator after I experienced the first Devastator from Hasbro, which was the Combiner Wars one.
Ooh.
Actually, the first was actually the actual G1, from back in the 80s. Yeah, I had that one. I no longer have that one anymore. If I do have it, I have no idea where it is. But wanted to present this one, particularly for this segment, to see if it does still hold up on several aspects. Number one, does it still hold up when it comes to sturdiness?
Well, we almost lost it.
Show us over soon.
I guess 30.
The answer is no.
Well played, sir.
I was not expecting that. But, everyone knows that, and the majority of us has had or have Toy World DEVY. And, this chunky boy is basically been the official Devastator in every display that you see across most collectors' displays.
Yep.
Does it still hold up to me compared to what we're getting out now? I don't know, but
that's he getting everybody tonight.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But like the sniper.
I chose this DEVY long time ago because of the Devastator mode. It also gave me the video game version with a different head. I didn't bring the head down here, and also the drills for hands and all that stuff. You got that feature as well. So I got to interchange between the two every now and then, depending on how I wanted to look in my display. I also had the cell shaded version of this one, but someone else has that version, and I think they're going to show theirs right now. No, okay,
nope, not tonight.
Yeah. So I have the cell shaded version is up in my display, as well as it's in Scott's as well. And Scott's is more beautifully displayed than mine. Shout out to him for that. But yeah, does it still hold up? You know, to me it holds up in the sense of presence, in the sense of longevity, like it has been. But stability, I would say no. I would say no, because even in display, I literally had to lean this up. I had to get it so it'll, if it falls back, it'll be leaned up at the back so it won't fall all the way over. It is literally standing right now by the grace of God. And, you know,
hope and children's tears are holding this thing up.
I'm literally trying not to move this table as much as it, because if it does a certain way, if this falls back, it's literally going back. So
I have a doll stand on mine, on the back of one on the back of one of the legs, just to make sure that it doesn't topple.
Okay, gotcha. So
when I had mine, I actually took a hook and stuck it out and extended it against the back of the display.
Wow.
So that exactly. I would use that to keep it from falling backwards.
From a visual standpoint, this thing still has a great presence, but
it does.
It never did stand very well. It never did have a lot of
So let me chime. Go ahead, Leon. You first.
Oh, I was just curious looking at it standing straight up. I know a lot of robots that are top heavy are like that. If you was to put that in like a slightly walking forward pose, would that help like bring some of the weight towards the front on one leg?
So I tried that. What it is it's not so much the legs, it's the waist and the heft of the top.
Yep.
Oh, that's actually making it not stable.
I think that mode, by the time you got to it, because that's like the 4th or 5th version, suffered from mode degradation. Because I have the V2 box set. Remember when they first came out with that?
That's the first one I had.
Ab crunch is super tight. It still clicks.
Yep.
So mine holds up pretty well and stands up pretty well. But this mode, after a while, because they've come out with like 9 different versions of it, I think it suffered from mode degradation, and that's what you started to see there.
The interesting thing was the cell shaded version is so tight on the individual bots because of the extra paint.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's just not solid all combined.
So I had the V2 was actually the second masterpiece thing that I ever bought, right? So Phoenix was the first one, and then the second thing I ever bought was the V2 version of this. And after that, I bought the X and the Perfect version. And I remember the X, exactly. The X and the Perfect did exactly what Derek is showing right now. They were super wobbly in the waist. And Leon, even when I posed him the way similar to what Derek is doing, it still wanted to fall backwards. Both of the later versions wanted to fall backwards. So originally when I bought the V2, I had actually put them into robot mode and put them into display because I had the I think it was the X version was coming. And so I was like, I'm going to put the X version in combined mode because when you open the X version, it's already in the combined mode. So you just had to stick it all together. And I remember putting it together and it wanted to fall over. And I went, does the V2 do this too? So I actually transformed the V2 into its combined mode. And it was a lot more solid than the X and the Perfect. And I also remember people on forums and stuff going, like they took their X and their Perfect out of the box, combined it, stood it up, posed it, and stuff would break. Or they had stuff in the box that was broken. Right. So to Eric's point about I think mold degradation was actually a thing with this model. Was they made so many versions of them that when they got to some of these later models and stuff, they were brittle and they were broken and they were weak and they were there were lots of issues with the later versions as it went on, which is unfortunate because at the time it was great, right, for what it was at the time. But now, does it hold up? I don't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, with the current ones that are being made now, with some of the stuff being able to be hidden in like Scavenger's claw hook, his excavator part, they're able to hide it in. Not that it was hidden in the original, the original series, but you know, it gives you that ability to have an even greater presence with all the extra
Kibble.
pieces, extra kibble. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Ooh,
you know,
that's scary.
Yeah, it is.
It's so yeah. In my opinion, overall, this will not hold up. This does not.
Yeah, I think it still looks the part, right? So like it looks, that's
It's
Devi.
beautiful.
You can definitely recognize it as Devi just by
Yeah.
looking at it. The head is very tune accurate. The articulation is still there for a combiner. So all that stuff is still working in his favor. But if it won't stand up to save his life, then that's hard to say that it holds up literally.
Yeah.
The
And then
other-
the individual robots from a visual standpoint are pretty rough
Agreed.
as it relates to fitting in with your G1 masterpiece collection.
Yeah.
The other part of it too is that it was never hyper tune accurate like some of the stuff that we're seeing today, right? It was kind of a stylized version that Toy World
Yep.
came out with, right?
no,
As you
this
said,
is
Eric, it's
stylized.
still it's still recognizable as Devastator, right? You look at that right away and you're gonna go, that's Devastator, right? But it wasn't tune accurate either, which is the other thing.
Yeah, it was meant to be Studio Ox. That's why they came out with the add-on pieces
Yes.
for like the box sets and stuff to give you the green thighs. You can take like the head sculpt was different and the chest.
We lost you.
Lost your audio, Eric.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit. Might want to bring your mic.
Oh, I don't know what's happening. I'm like,
There you
right
go.
up
There
on
you go.
my-
Yeah.
You're good. You're
That's
good.
it.
You're good.
All right, so all that stuff was just like add-on pieces to help it look more tune accurate and give them
Yep.
the ability to sell more units, but it was rough. But
Yep.
and yeah, I'm with Deluxe here. That's what set the scale for MP combiners.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You're right,
Yes.
Deluxe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a trendsetter, and for that alone, it deserves respect. But the question is, does it hold up?
And I think that's a resounding no.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, let's go
I
ahead
got
and pay
inspired
some.
to do something real quick, based on Esteban's comment.
What
All
the
right,
best one say?
oh, the
He's
smooth
doing. Oh, he's
criminal.
doing the smooth criminal. Well, he's doing a reverse smooth criminal. Oh, now he's doing. Yep. Don't let go.
Been hit
Don't
by-
let
Oh
go.
my
She's
goodness,
been
you
stuck
are.
by-
You're giving Brink a
Smooth
heart
criminal.
attack right now.
Oh,
Brink is like
that's
looking at
scary.
his display right now. and
Yeah.
going, is my guy okay?
Spencer, I never even bought the Zeta Bruticus. I refused to, based upon the fact that two members weren't even G1 accurate.
Hmm.
They weren't
Oh,
even their
I got my
G1
G1.
modes.
That's my Bruticus.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That weight's
insane for
scary.
everybody. Yeah, that's scary. Well, guys, it is time
Oh,
to
that
go ahead
big
and
by the
pay
waist.
some bills here. So let's go ahead and get into this before we go ahead and get into the main attraction. This episode of Do You Even Transform, Bro is brought to you by Nick the Toy Guy. Head on over to nickthetoyguy.com for all of your masterpiece, third party, and also action figure needs. Don't forget to use our promo code DYETB10 for 10% off your entire order. And don't forget to combine that with code free ship so you can get free shipping for rates under $10. Again, head on over to nickthetoyguy.com and don't forget to use our promo codes. All
And
righty.
shout outs to Nick as well. He gets the stuff fast,
Mhm.
right? Like you aren't waiting beyond other people. You're getting it at the same time, or if not earlier than other people. And those codes give you puts you at a distinct advantage, even against folks like Shozy. So,
Yep.
and the more people that use that code and go to the and get it, the better that the better chances we have of offering better deals over the long term. So,
Yes, sir.
support Nick.
Support. All right. So, what people been waiting for, right? I think let me just go ahead and set this up. It's been a long time coming, right? People have been
Yes,
asking
sir.
for this, right? I doubt it.
Mhm.
People haven't been asking for a second round of the DEVY Wars, but they want to hear our opinion on it. So let's get ready to talk about it. There's many different companies starting this back up. For a while, it was in the beginning. Many remember it was Make Toys, TFC starting off the DEVY Wars in the chug scale, and then moving on to Toy World when they did that groundbreaking Toy World Constructor. which set the scale for what many people know as an MP combiner scale figure today. Now we have all the other major players throwing their hat in the ring. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's prepare for devastation. Rusty, take us away.
Are you guys prepared? Are your wallets prepared? That's the real question. How many of these things do you guys want to buy? And sorry, before I get into this, Deluxe, you're an evil human being. Giggity. Anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look in the comments because Deluxe. There you go. Yeah, there are some holes that need to be filled. Giggity. This is not
Respect.
it. However, this is what we're dealing with, right? We've got Fans Toys and MMC, Mecha Invasion, Studio Series. Who am I missing here?
Dreamstar
Studio
next
Sales.
Dreamstar Studios, right? So we are in the midst of the Devastator Wars, and we have a split right down the middle of three companies doing a hyper-tune accurate, and we got three companies doing a stylized version, their own take on Devastator, similar to what Toy World did, even more stylized than what Toy World did. And we're going to go through real quick here and just discuss each company, where they're at, which ones we think are knocking out of the park, which ones are, missing it all together. We'll even get into some cost stuff in that as well. Because there is a huge gap in between, all the way from Fans Toys being the most expensive all the way down to some of these other companies that are giving us something more affordable if we want to add that to our collection. So let's just go ahead and jump into Fans Toys. We'll take a look at them. We've seen these. Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, before we do, go ahead and see if you can expand that full screen.
Is that, let me do, oh, I see. That's the best
bottom
I can do.
Bottom right corner.
Oh, you want me to do that?
No.
That's too
the
much.
Arrows,
No.
the arrows, the
Over.
arrows.
The arrows.
Oh, you
All
want
the
me
way
to
the
do
corner.
this?
There you go.
Yes. There you
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
see, okay. See, I'm not a. I'm
no!
Exactly. I'm not a Windows guy. Anyway, there you go. So we'll kick it off with Fan Toys. We've seen this a number of times now, right? With especially like our last episode, TFCon LA. They went through this again, right? So we've got Fans Toys doing a hyper tune accurate, as they have always done with most of their stuff most recently, right? We've got 5 of the guys revealed so far. And keep me honest here, guys. I don't think we've seen the 6th one, right? I don't know who's missing here.
No.
We haven't seen Mixmaster.
Mixmaster's
No.
right here. Yeah,
We haven't
who
seen
who are missing?
Bone Crusher.
Oh, Bone Crusher. Yeah,
Bone
sorry.
Crusher.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So Bone Crusher is
That's
missing.
why he
from the
shaded
set.
on the
Yeah, and that's why the arm is shaded over here. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So we got a hyper tune accurate Fans Toys here. And we've seen the first 2 right in person, or first 3 in person already. They're looking absolutely fantastic, as Fans Toys does with paint applications, tune accuracy, the whole 9 yards. Of course, we're still waiting to see where are they at in regards to, is this an all-in-one design like MMC, or is there some parts forming going on? We have to wait and see where that 6th one comes in.
Well, at least the first 2. At least the first 2 are all in one.
So I will tell you guys that while I was poking around getting these pictures, that I did stumble across a couple of forums where people had asked fans service at Fans Toys via email, what is the deal with the 6th figure? And Fans Toys has confirmed that the 6th figure will be the same box size as the other 5. So somebody is coming with the center piece. I guess it's the last box, but it's not
the center piece has traditionally been long haul.
Right.
Is there any reason why we would not believe that the
so
long
it could
haul
come
is
in there, right?
Yeah.
But the idea being is that there isn't a parts forming figure at the end,
right,
that we have to pay an exorbitant amount of money for, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, so there's these guys.
It's kind of a hybrid all in one, right? Because both the arms are on Scrapper and the hand on Scavenger are not necessarily connected to the pieces. They just integrate into the bot.
Yep.
Fair.
Yeah,
That's-
I would say that's a fair assessment. It's not really all in one. They just have they're still parts forming, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it a hybrid. Like, just because you can store stuff inside, if it's not hinged in and these pieces don't move about and a connection point where they stay connected to the figure, I wouldn't consider it all in one. It's just storage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's not MMCs all in one, but it's not the aerial bots and the Stunticons parts forming right to
Yeah.
that level,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So
Hybrid.
they've done something closer to MMC without being that, hey, here's this completely extra piece that transforms into a base or a whatever, right? That we don't necessarily want or need, right? So
Right.
But I'd also say that they've sacrificed a little bit to do that kind of middle of the road, and I'm not sure it's worth it.
Yeah, we
like-
won't know until it all drops, but I'm
You know,
with you there.
You know, if you're only displaying it in combined mode, which I fully intend to do, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. But you know, I mean, we've all seen this guy. Like he's little Teletubby Tubby here, because they're fitting in the arm in the back. I mean, that's they sacrificed a lot to be able to do that, and it's like, well, why? If it's not going to be fully all in one, then why sacrifice the bot in order to make it kind of that hybrid storage thing?
I don't know if even if they didn't store the arm in there, he wouldn't be this fat.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it piece by piece, and we can get into it a little bit if you guys want. But just looking at it piece by piece, they would have had side covers, or maybe the backpack would have been more collapsible. But I still think he would have had that size.
Yeah. The
to make up the
collapsibility, I
curve.
think, is where it would have come in. Because take a
Yeah.
look at long haul. Like typically, long haul is the more beefy of the bots
True.
because he is the center,
Right.
and
But not in the cartoon.
no, not
If
in
you're
the
going for
cartoon.
this is
Not
what he
in-
looks like, and that's what X Transbus did too.
But he is the waist of the bot, and so traditionally from a other
From a play
other-
aspect.
yeah.
I got you. Picking up what you're putting down, homeboy.
Derek, what do you think? What do you think of this guy?
So I'm up. I mean, this is definitely going to replace my Boy World Devy.
I mean,
when it
you
comes
just
in.
about got
I did
to.
not.
Just
Well-
based on what you just showed, you kind of got to.
Look, I got to make a decision either way because you
Yeah.
know, the time is now. The time is here. But you know, and I still got to get right. I haven't even gotten right yet, so I got to pick him up. But yeah, I think as far as the presence, this one is the one that captures me the most. I still want bots. I still want them in bot representation, and that's where I'm going for the X Transbot ones. Even though the Fans Toys one right now, the Fans Toys ones look like they fit both. They fit all three. But for what I'm looking for, because I'm never going to have any of my bots in vehicle or their alt forms. It's always going to be in their robot form. So as far as the Gestalt figures, the Gestalt bots, I'll have the Gestalt and their their smaller bot modes in front. So I'm looking for the Gestalt and the bot. So this is going to definitely be my Devy, and the X Transbots are more than likely going to be my individual bots.
Nice. And I'm sure we'll get into the X Transbots. I mean, how can you not with what we got going on? Leon, you got an opinion on this yet?
If I had skin in the game, in the Masterpiece game still, this is probably the way I would go with my Devy. I think they look pretty good. Got that good tune look going for them. The one was it stat you showed earlier?
Oh, Scavenger.
Who made the heavy that you showed?
The mecha invasion.
Mech Invasion. Okay, some of these other ones look pretty cool, you know, for what they are. But yeah, if I was still in the Masterpiece game, I would probably go with this one. The only thing is kind of drive me nuts is the pants on this one, but you know, with the
like right here.
purple. Well,
okay.
no, on the individual bot. Yeah. Yeah. That's the only thing that kind of because it I don't know. It just I don't know. It's like it's too much. Like
Looks like a diaper, don't it?
Right.
It looks like
Funny
a
thing
diaper.
is-
Yeah.
Suspenders on.
is that these
Man.
things originally came out, you know, the whatever the slides for these originally came out, and everyone was
Yeah.
freaking out over the color of the purple because it was very saturated. Is that the right word?
Saturated. Yeah.
And I'm just like, come on, people, this is Fans Toys. Like, it's gonna be just fine. And guess what?
Yeah.
Guess
And-
what?
That's right.
It's
No,
just-
it looks great. And
Yeah, his more. I think
I
he's
mean,
talking more of a design cue, right, Leon? Like just the way
Yeah.
it looks.
the color.
yeah, it just stands out, and you know when looking at it. But I mean, at the end of the day, what are we buying it for? You know, I mean, most of us are getting it for the
Yeah,
combined mode.
you're buying it for the combined mode for sure.
Yeah, so it wouldn't even matter either way, I guess. As long as the combined mode's sturdy and can stand up.
Yeah.
We
You
good.
don't want much, just a little thing.
Man, just stand up a little bit, bro.
Just
Toy
stand
World,
up. That's
Toy
all.
World's getting a lot of hate tonight, but you know it's
Stand
okay
up
Toy
for
World, 'cause,
yourself.
you know we all get a little bit loosey goosey when we get older. So
Yeah.
You
And by the way,
should
Leon,
know.
there is absolutely nothing wrong with not collecting Masterpiece. As somebody who sold all of their Masterpiece figures and got into Legend Scale, I'm with you, brother. Anyway, let's
Yeah.
move on to
Was it
X Transbots, as we said.
Well, real quick, I'm sorry. Before you go, Rusty, before you
Yeah,
go into the next one, one of our chat squad members, Just G Squared, was wondering if we'd see the yellow or the orange versions or any other colors of this Devy. So what do
Only
you
if
guys
X
thoughts on that?
Transbots does it
You know,
first.
I can guarantee X Transbots is
It's-
gonna recolor that
it's-
thing up the wazoo.
It's interesting that you say that because I've noticed that there are other bots that I'm talking about Fans Toys particularly. There are other bots that they had the opportunity to do different color variations for as well, and they have not taken that opportunity yet. For example, they've had the time, and not to go off on a tangent, but I think that this will be the perfect opportunity for them to cater to the orange and yellow color Devy fans out there and be able to come out with those particular versions of them because it's gonna be Devy that they're gonna want for those colors. It's not the individual ones. It's gonna be Devy itself.
I thought for sure.
I could
Derek
see
was
him
gonna
doing
ask, thought for sure Derek was going to ask Fans Toys to recolor their blaster.
Well, see, I was trying to not to go on a tangent, but we could use a twin cast. We could use a twin cast, and we could use because they. They did
Eric,
Sound Blaster.
No, Eric, can you push the button, please? And just
No, he's not wrong.
Well, you got the
He's
next
not
slide,
wrong.
bro.
They did Sound
not
Blaster, so let's do do all the color
That's exactly
variations
why I
that.
thought that they might do a blaster over
Yeah.
because they did Sound Blaster.
Mhm.
I mean,
Sound
people
Blaster's
are
still
going to
used
argue though,
over
right?
there.
That very similar to what we just went through with Fansoy's Galvatron 2.0, right? People are going to go, why do we need a colored version of this when you have all these other characters that you haven't done yet? Why don't you just do the other characters and move this along and not continue
one simple reason: it's easy money, and the mode already.
That's fair too.
For.
Yeah, which they can put into the design of new figures and
stuff.
blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so
for sure.
before you go to that next slide,
Yes, sir.
for all the people who think that X Transbots is going to do them right with their figures, I want everyone to concentrate their eyes on that Devy, specifically the upper torso, as we change the slides. And here we go.
Click. Oh, look.
No.
Go ahead, Scott.
No. Like, bro, that upper chest is, I mean, it's doofy as all get out. Like, come on, bro.
Is it worse than this?
I think it has. It's the neck. The neck don't look right on this thing.
What neck, bro?
What's going on? Like his necks and his traps look terrible, bro. It's not even a chest; it's the traps.
It looks like RC again, right? It's that same problem we have with MPRC, right? It was like everything was too low, right? So you've got this great big neck space, and then there's all this, chest, but it's like there's just too much of, of either side. There's too much going on up here.
I'm already ahead of you.
It looks like an Action Master.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find it.
from that scene in the comic or something, like where that one's. This one will be bot mode probably if I did one. If I did two of them.
So as much as again the combined. So yes, to Leon's point, right? So again, yeah, this combined mode doesn't look great in around the upper torso area, right? But you have to admit that I mean the 2 that X-Transbots has released and the 3 that they've shown again we're missing, right? Is that it looks tune accurate again. Right, so they've done that quality of it being tune accurate. It's decent quality looking, right?
I don't know, man. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly the picture I had in my mind,
You
bro.
beat me to it.
Yeah, I love you, bro. It's perfect. Yeah.
That's what
I'm only
Yeah.
scrolling through things.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, no, I need to pick the right one.
Nah,
Yeah.
that ain't it.
And I got another news for you on that long haul, right? Everybody was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's so tune accurate, so good." He looks like he's wearing a Disney princess dress. Like,
I don't mind the long haul. I mean, it does kind of look like a samurai legs.
Yeah.
I don't mind the long haul as much, but I do think it's a good figure. I own it. It's a pretty good figure.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong.
Love that long
it has
haul.
some flair to the bell bottoms.
Down here, yeah.
Mhm.
Again, so the individual bots don't look bad, but you're right. The combined mode doesn't seem to meet up with what Fans Toys is showing us right in their render and that, right? So, it almost becomes a difference.
XTB.
What's that?
You said Fans Toys. You meant XTB.
No, I meant the combined mode of Fans Toys does look better than the XTB combined, but the individual bots look just as good, right? So it almost becomes again like a price point thing, which we'll get into later. Of like, if you wanted a combined and a robot, you could mix and match between these two.
Yeah.
Is XTB crushing this with their combined mode? Not
No.
compared to Fans Toys. Are they doing okay with their individual bot modes? I think so. I think
well,
they're. I
from a
think they're
visual
on
standpoint,
par.
yes.
Yeah,
And
from the
the
individual
first two
standpoint, yes.
releases, we seem to have a decent quality, and I hope for everyone who's in this that the quality holds out for the rest of the other 4. But this is also XTB.
So we have to caveat this really quick, and I'm all about being fair. Scott is our resident X-Transbots hater. So with that being said, you got to take his opinion with a grain of salt. He's been burnt.
Tell me I'm wrong.
He's been burnt a few
No,
times.
Tell me I'm
but
wrong
that's-
that,
but that's just it, right?
that
He's
their
not- he's
engineering
not
and
wrong,
quality
yes.
control ain't all over the place. Tell
So
me I'm
will
wrong.
say-
it is ebbs and flows constantly with XTB. But I will say, as someone who owns the first 2 bots from this company, the individual bots are spectacular. The alt modes are great.
Yeah.
I haven't put this in combined mode just yet, but I don't care about the combined mode for this one. I mainly compare about either the individual modes or the car modes, and for some reason, I have a feeling these are going to be my individual bots. The articulation is already heads and the heels over.
Right.
Yes.
And that's why I chose it. I'm really interested to see also what the mix master is going to look like as well. But these are going to be my individual bot choices.
Yeah.
Leon,
Anybody?
Yes, sir.
what do you think?
No skin in the game, but it would definitely be my bot mode compared to the Fans Toys.
Yeah.
If I was to go, different routes like that. Like I said, it looks like a huge action master.
Yeah.
Aesthetic wise, but the individuals look pretty cool though.
Yeah, I agree. And this is also mirrored, right? No, it's not mirrored. Something's funky. Something's off here.
What do you mean?
I'm determined to get to the bottom of it.
What do you mean? Where? What's mirrored? What do you mean?
Something's not right. It's just their combined
Honestly, I
mode
think the wing on his chest is sitting too low. If you raise that wing, I think it would fix some of the look of it. He still doesn't have a neck. Let's just be honest. But I think it would fix it quite a bit if you raise that whole wing up.
Yeah, because it would also hide the fact that he doesn't have a neck. Because DEVY historically doesn't have a neck.
This one, the Fans Toys, just looks more menacing. This one looks like,
Ooh, I'm sorry, guys.
play school to Hasbro.
Yeah,
I
think no, and Scott's right. I think if this wing was sitting up at the top of this piece right here, it would look a lot better. But
Mhm.
this whole hook piece suddenly becomes his neck, and you're right. It doesn't look great. But again, the individual bots look okay. As Scott said, is the quality going to hold up as they move through each individual bot, right? So
Yeah.
And I'll say this also. We're going to talk about this in a little bit, but the price is going to be a factor here.
Well, that's
in decision
and
making,
we'll
so.
and we'll get into that and as well as we go through. So then we've also got the MMC, which they've given us color renderings, which is nice, right? So this gives us an idea of what this is going to look like. Interestingly enough, the wing is almost in the same position as the one for the X-Trans bots, but the overall like hook at the top doesn't seem to give it that weird neck feeling, so it looks okay. And again, the individual bots that we're seeing here from these, again, we're still missing the other two. Again, we're getting this nice tune accurate look to them. MMC styling, it's all in one engineering, so we can pretty much be rest assured that the MMC engineering is probably going to be on point. It's not going to be in scale theoretically, right, with what we're used to with MP combiners or MP figures in general. It's probably going to be a little shorter than
The
X-Trans bots and the DEVY itself. Yeah, like the actual combined mode, right? The individual bots, again, are going to be MP scale, but Devastator himself in the combined mode with the all-in-one, traditionally their stuff is typically shorter than combined modes. Again,
and this is going to ring true to that because we've seen it next to their Defensor, which is in line with their all-in-one scale, which is like 2 inches shorter than what standard
And everything
yeah.
else.
Yeah, about that.
So
But
before we go on further, I have to say, and this is gonna make me sound like an MMC hater, which I'm not, because I have a lot of their product. As a matter of fact, I bought their last as my bot modes. This Devastator looks like somebody made it out of a cardboard box. Look at how blocky it looks.
Yeah,
it's
bland.
100%. It's cosplaying as DEVY. Now, the interesting part for me is going to be Mixmaster, because that looks like it could be interesting in the way it moves that knee joint. But who knows? Like if the barrel is not a part of the knee and the knee actually cuts right there, it's also a little odd seeing how it's shaped in comparison to Scrapper on the left hand side, but this thing doesn't look right to me. Something's not right. I was excited for it when I first saw the renders and stuff for it. I'm like, okay, this can be cool, but this thing is shaping up to be a cosplay in a DEVY.
And this doesn't even look MP scale to me.
Yeah, me too.
It doesn't look.
Well, it's not meant to be. And obviously with the all-in-one, like they're making their own scale for this, so I get that. The individual bots at least do look closer to MP, to a small degree.
They do.
But something,
Dare doesn't think they're gonna come out with it.
Dare's saying they're gonna come out with it. I mean, they've done 2 combiners already with an all-in-one design. Why wouldn't they come out with this, right?
Right.
Well, you've got a lot of people out in front of them. I mean, and that's something that I think is worth discussing later. To wrap it up is whether or not everyone survives this, because that if 6 bots with all the tooling and anyway, we'll get to that later.
I can't see how a company would get into any combiner, right? Like announce it, show you to this level, and then not follow through because they've invested something.
Have you ever heard of Vectron Labs?
Did Generation 20 come out with half of a combiner and then go away?
Yeah, they took them forever to come out with their protector bots. The
only difference I would say, Eric, there is that Vectron Labs wasn't established, right? And they took a step.
No, you're right.
That was big, right? As opposed to MMC, right? Now MMC may take a while because admittedly MMC takes longer to release a combiner than Fans Toys does, right? But I don't see them not doing this, right, are not following through with this. They seem to be in their comfortable.
I don't doubt that they'll
phase.
not follow through with it. I think that there's a conversation at the end to be had about the overall health of the community when we have 6 different companies releasing what is effectively the same
And
thing.
for them, they need to pivot and go on time up.
But you know what, Eric, you're right. The detail right in the fans toys is a lot compared to what we've got here with MMC. But
interestingly enough, if you look at the fans toys compared to the X-Trans bots individual bots, the X-Trans bots individual bots look more detailed. Yeah. But when you get to the actual combiner, the fans toys looks more detailed.
Yeah, that is true. Good call.
And I'm trying to remember from the protected bots that we've seen so far what their defense like is. Their defensor similar in regards to the detail, but I don't think it is, right? The other part of it too, right, is that the defensor and the combaticons each are different colors. And that was always the difference between Devastator and the rest. Was Devastator was all green and purple, but the rest of the combiners were a mix and match of different colors, which broke everything up, right? So there's that difference too. And again, this is a render, so who knows, right? Maybe there'll be more details in the actual figures once they're done.
I'd argue that the defensor is about as
close to being
color coordinated as DEVY. You got white, blue, and red are their main colors. Yeah,
I'll take back what I said. I actually like the bot modes of this one better than the extra transbot.
Yeah, these are looking good for bot modes. The detail and everything, like Yeah,
and you know they're gonna be solid, man. Like they do a really good job on an individual bot.
Yeah, they do. And that kind of rounds the ones that are going for hypertune accurate, right?
Exactly.
The big three. The
big three are doing the hypertune. So now we'll get into what we're seeing with some of these lesser known, right, or smaller companies, right, as we get into the stylized modes, right? So as we already saw, right, with Scott, right, and this is complete. This set is out there. This set is ready to buy if this is what you want to go for your DEVY. But it is a stylized version, right? It's not what we remember from the cartoon. It's their interpretation of what a Devastator might look like. And I got to tell you that, I mean, for a company jumping in, right, with not a lot of figures out there, for them to take a stab at this, especially when the big three are also doing it, this isn't, I mean, it's different. It's not for me, right? I know Eric's still throwing up in a bucket over there. I know. He's not.
It's full, man. I need another bag.
No, it's right. It's really cool looking,
right? But it is neat, right? And any company that's going to jump in to do a Devastator, and even to the point of their own version, their own style, their own, right? They're taking a gamble here, no matter which way you look at it, right? So, kudos to them for taking that approach. The figures look neat. The combine mode, again, interesting. The fact that they reverse the limbs is another thing, right? Like here's Mixmaster and Scrapper, right? Are the arms, where traditionally they're the legs, and vice versa.
Yeah. That's what attracted me to it. This set screams, Arr! It screams, I'm ready. I'm ready to, for action. It shows that it has that aggressive presence about it. Aggressive. This is one that I want to, just handle, fool around with when it comes to my desk spots and all that type of stuff. Have it on my desk. No, I'm not going to display this. This is just something that I'm going to, literally, play around with, have fun with. This
is your fidget bots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No. 100%. I had Scrapper and Mixmaster for a month or so before I sent it back to Bobby to combine the whole thing, and I transformed that Scrapper and that Mixmaster back and forth numerous times, and I cannot say that about any masterpiece in my collection at all. And I realized that these are not, when it comes to the combine mode, it's not a masterpiece, and that's what everybody needs to be aware of, is that this is more in line with the MMC size from a combined standpoint. But every single one of the individual bots are absolutely masterpiece size. They are just right in line with this Fans Toys one, right? but the simplicity of their design, the amount of details in it, and paint apps and tampos, and then of course, again, we're gonna get into the price here in a minute. But and here's the other thing: they released this entire thing in 4 months, from start to finish, all 6 bots, 4 months.
That's impressive alone.
And of all of the, and I'll just mention it here, of all of the Devies that we're looking at, this is the least expensive.
Yeah, what is it? $60 a set?
It was literally $90 for 2.
Yeah.
Right. It was $90 for 2 of them, right? So yeah, so $45
$270 all in.
Yeah.
Now I just it just fucking blows my mind.
Yeah.
And you've got die cast in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
You gotta wonder if they didn't hold this close to the chest because they didn't want anybody else pulling a fan's toys, if you will, right? That they had these designs completed, done, ready to go, and then they'd be like, okay, now let's announce it and let's push them out, right?
Yeah.
Instead of, hey, here's one figure and the other 5 are coming. You know what I mean?
Like the
I
Magic
think they
Square
had
folks.
these exactly, right? So I think they've got these. Right, they had these done, designed, completed, ready to go, and then they went. Which a smaller unknown company like Mecha Invasion has that advantage of, right? Is that they can keep it close to the chest, and then they can go, "Here you go, guys. This is what we got coming to you," right? And then they release it. And yeah, but agreed, it's impressive that they were able to push this out as fast as they did. They did it right. They did it the way they wanted to. So good for them.
Well, and I would say it's just in knowing manufacturing from being on that side of the business in other industries. I would say it's highly unlikely that their manufacturing or design process was faster. The reality is that we just didn't see it until it was nearly ready to go.
Until they were ready to say, "Here it is." Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think from a customer experience standpoint, yeah, sure, I want to see stuff. I want to see what's coming, but at the same time, it's super nice to not have to wait a year or more between the first time I see it and the ability to complete it.
Yeah.
Well, it also speaks to the fact that they have experience doing this, because this thing didn't fall apart. It was solid. No brand new toy company is going to put out something this fast, this quick, and it still be this good.
Yeah.
So they've been here before. So you gotta factor that in as well. But that doesn't diminish the fact that they put out a solid product and a good product to those who like it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the packaging was top notch. It was that Planet X Generation Toy black foam packaging. It was, yeah, bro. I love that because I dig into that and I'm like, this is they took pride in this. Premium. They wanted me to feel good about pulling this out of the box, not this thin plastic bullshit.
Yeah, and again, for under $50 a figure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on to the next one, we have Dreamstar Toys with their version.
Okay, I take it back. This is gross.
Well, you'll have a chance because I'm also going to do this one.
Oh my God. Why do you do this to us and yourself?
Well, there's one reason and one reason alone, and we'll get to it. I'm going to wait till the end.
Fair enough.
So we've got 2 of them revealed so far in color, and I think released. Right, I think they have released both of these, and then we have the other 2 that have been revealed as renders, as well as their full combined one. We haven't seen the last 2. But again, very hyper stylized version, even more so than the Mecha Invasion. They stayed traditional though, right? The limbs are the limbs, right? The torso is the torso of the traditional characters, so they stuck it that way. But yeah, there is. I mean, even the only thing that's accurate on these is the purple. Even the green is a different
mint green,
right?
Olive green.
Some type of military, I would say olive drab, right? Type of green instead of, the traditional light green. I will tell you though that the render or the pictures that I've seen of the alt modes of the ones that they revealed though, I mean, the alt modes look really good for real world accuracy, right? But for these stylized versions, I don't know. This is not hitting anything for me.
Here's where I will give them some credit. they're clearly going for, if Bayverse did G1 right, this is what they will look like. Now, I think the Devastator still looks dumb, but I do think those individual bots would probably look great on the shelf next to that Bumblebee movie Prime, that Bumblebee, the Blitzwing, and that Mega Tank Megatron. It probably would line up pretty well.
Yep.
Yeah,
Scott?
that last. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no,
Go for it,
Leon. Go ahead.
Go
Go
for
ahead,
it,
Leon. Yeah.
No, I was just thinking about that last one we was looking at. For a really, if you're just getting into the collecting, maybe for a really cool Devastator, I think that will probably be the way to go because it's cheap. It they said the transformation is easy, and you'll get it in no time. The bots are mediocre. I like the bots on these. These bots look more menacing. The Devastator on this one, I'm not too crazy about. The other one was pretty cool, but like Derek was saying, just to have for if it was me, if I was just getting to the game, that'd probably be the one I went after first. Mainly because of the budget and everything, and for the fun factor. Plus, it looks really cool as just a cool Devastator.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So the reason that I'm going to go in on this one, first of all, these are painted to the nines, but that's not the reason. This is the only one that I know of that's actually doing an integration with Prowl. And they're actually coming up with their own Prowl toy to integrate with this. And from an IDW aspect, like there's some feels there that I just feel like I gotta do.
So that happened in IDW?
Yeah,
Oh,
Prowl was the head of
yeah.
Devastator.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
I remember.
So again, right? So we talked about this before, right? Certain companies are targeting a different market because they know that the big three are there, right? So why would we compete with those, right? So I mean, if that's what Dreamstar is going for, then kudos to them for creating a Bayverse / IDW stylized version that might speak to some fans, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
meaning the three that he just mentioned. But carry on,
Ryan. Wow.
That's right, IDW fan. Yeah. But yeah, but even just going back to the Mech Invasion, like I mean, this is not even an IDW or a Bayverse, right? This is their own thing. It doesn't line up with anything,
sure
right?
Is.
But this could, as you said, Eric, it could be a Bayverse thing. It could be an IDW thing, right? They're definitely going for something else. And
those arms
not really an IDW
like
design like that. Bone Crusher arm. There's nothing about those treads that make that an IDW design. That's a very unique
That's more
version.
of a futuristic version of like some treads for something. But even looking at the arms, this looked like it could also be all encompassing. Somehow that doesn't look like a parts forming piece. That looks like it's a part of those legs.
Oh yeah, I think this is because it's actually like 8 bots altogether. I don't know why.
God.
I don't know why,
that's
but
what they love to do, like they did with that darn Predaking. There was 30 bots and 2 crab legs and just craziness.
Yeah.
So and Trey just brought up a point, because when I was poking around for these, I realized that Dreamstar had done the aerial bots. So what was the quality like at the aerial bots? Are these going to hold up? Right. So that's the thing, right? Is that
from the first two, they're vastly superior, and even TM, which I don't know if he's still in the chat, looks like it.
He's there.
His reviews have mentioned that they're far improved over the aerial bots.
Yeah,
and just a quick shout out for those who are in the chat. Like, this is what you get here, as opposed to like on the ETR. ETR, you get the news, you get the releases. Here, we do the deep dives. That's what you come here for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Derek, Sony just said he was going to send you. Apparently, they revealed the other 2 Dreamstars. So if you want to check your chat, and maybe we can take a look at those later. Okay. In the meantime, I want to
point this out real quick.
What?
Before you go on to that,
go ahead.
I literally just took this out the box, transformed it with no instruction. This is how simplistic this is. I want the whole set.
Which one is that?
I want the whole set. This is
the extra bots? The Mech Invasion. Okay.
The only thing you need to do is get on the reorder or the re-release pre-order for the first 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Show it again.
I'm definitely.
Yeah, that is like
I
a
just
really
looked
cool
at the
bot.
box. I looked at the box, just briefly, just to look and see what it's supposed to look like. And the transformation is very intuitive on this one. So yeah.
And those are the
I
weakest
want
of the
all
bunch.
them. Really?
From a bot mode perspective, my opinion is, and I don't know, I'd be interested to see what Sony's view of him is. He's a good friend of this channel. He's been on as a guest. I'd be interested to know his take on that, hot take on that, because they're, in my opinion, they're the weakest of the bunch.
Sony, I got you. Yes, he did send it.
So Sony just literally, like, basically became my spirit animal for about 30 seconds, right? Because yeah, like the MP transformations in the last couple of years are horrible. So it's nice to hear that there's an MP scale company out there with a transformation that is easy, fun, intuitive, simplistic, like we had in the days of old. Because lately, man, as a reviewer, and right, Sony can speak to this, my hands can't take it anymore, guys. Like, can we just get back to something simple, please? Anyway, moving on to 01 Studios. So here's 01 Studios with their also stylized version. So to me, this looks more like, again, closer to something IDW.
DEVY.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Blockies.
Yeah. Like this looks very much like a Toy World DEVY, right? And even
Blockies,
maybe
I can see that
IDW
too.
stylized, But yeah, like, we got the silver and the green and the purple, very much like the Toy World DEVY. They've given us the first two, given us some renderings or drawings of the last four.
That's like the EB version, the Eric Burgess version of Long Haul, man. He's felt.
That's hilarious.
Like
The only thing
like a
that's
bloke.
weird is they're
He also looks like he
rendering-
skipped leg day, like he Eric Burgess.
Oh, that's a. You seen my video? You never skip leg day. I just put out a new compilation video. Don't play with me.
I know, I saw it. I saw it.
So
That's
Sorry,
what, like-
Leon. What were you saying, Leon?
Yeah, it looks like the Blokies. Am I saying that right?
blockies.
Blockies.
Blockies
Yeah.
combiner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. What's
Maybe
going on. I
spell
don't
it.
understand why they did this, because this picture that I found is actually it was a working model on display at at a convention. I can't remember which one it was now.
Because that leg not ready yet.
But the leg wasn't ready, obviously, right? So, but yet they've revealed what their mix master will look like up here on the right. Yet it doesn't translate into this model here or whatever, right? So going back to kind of what we said, right, about a company revealing stuff that maybe they're not ready to release yet, right? But I mean, this, like, if you like the Toy World DEVY and you never got the chance to buy it, maybe this is the set you go in on. This out of all of them, this is the set that least, like, this chest plate wing thing doesn't look great. There's a lot going on all over the place. The head sculpt, I don't know.
Anatomically speaking, I realize that head sculpt is more anatomically correct to a human, because you look at any of the individual bots and their heads are always too small. But we've been so used to seeing those small heads that looking at this one, it's like that head is giganto.
Yeah, and but
Actually,
even
speaking of blockies.
the individual bots just don't do anything for me at all. Like, I'm not digging any of these designs compared to everything else. Like, this is Toy World all over again to me. So anyway, sorry, go ahead, Leon.
No, I'm still stuck on this Blockies thing. I just looked at the silhouette for the Blockies combiner, and it looks better than this actually.
There you go.
Yeah, this thing
That's
doesn't look
saying
good.
a lot.
It doesn't
Yeah.
look good in either mode to me. I mean, I feel like the arms are just Lego, or maybe some MP put with legend bots as the forearms. Like, something doesn't look right there. And then these individual bots, while a lot of these are just renders, so you really can't tell just yet. I do give the artist credit for giving you something as recognizable as DEVY, but these are just, they too stylized. It's like having Toy World individual bots back on the shelf. Not
That DEVY
for
needs some
me.
energon in the system.
He needs some milk. Get him some milk. All right, Derek got he finally showed what I gotta remove you first. There we go.
Oh,
All
you
right.
got the
there
there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, these are the
Oh,
Gene
okay.
Shark ones that he was talking about. So yeah,
And there's
it's
the
8.
prow.
Oh shit!
There's 8 that's gonna be forming this.
Yeah,
one.
you can
And
you can
just
get
to
in
give you
close
a-
on that prowl.
Yeah.
Like he
Right.
I can.
They look pretty dope.
By the way, shout out to Sony, who's making a weird cameo appearance in this episode.
That's
I don't
the
know,
prowl.
right?
I mean, that's IDW prowl.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah.
good.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I'm in on these because of that.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
finally
that's-
get your
that's-
IDW
that's
proud.
cool.
You may not combine them with Devy, but
Oh, he will absolutely be
got
on
him.
top of Devy. That's
hey yo,
100%.
relax.
Not sure. Not sure who this is. So
So that is so, and Scott, I'm glad that you brought this up because I did stumble across this when I was pulling all the picks for the Dreamstar stuff, and I wondered why were they revealing this Prowl, and I had forgotten that Prowl
No.
was the
You're
head
good.
of Devastator in
that was it.
IDW. Yeah, so good.
it's always good to have a true fan here.
Yeah, right.
I-
That's the only reason why we
I
keep you around.
Here's the
Anyway.
thing about the set. I can't recognize any of these bots when they're showing them in their pictures, even when they're actually showing them. I don't
Yeah.
know who
That's Hook.
is who.
That's Hook.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
okay.
You can see him
the
by his
tail in the
wiener
back.
between his pants. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You chose
Yo.
to
Tell that.
That's
Okay,
That's long
that's-
haul.
That's long haul. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
How is that not long haul?
Okay, that's
That would
Scrapper,
be either
obviously.
Scrapper or yeah, that's Scrapper because it's on his backpack.
Yeah, and that's the prowl.
There's
That's Prowl.
Prowl.
Okay, and then everybody else after that, I don't.
Yeah,
One
that's
of the
probably
one of the
all.
tracks guys.
My
you know,
guess is that that's Bone Crusher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bone
it just
Crusher.
looks
Yeah,
like
that's
this
Mixmaster.
looks like Scavenger.
Mixmaster.
Yeah.
Maybe
Scavenger.
Bone Crusher or Scavenger or whatever. This may be Mixmaster right here because of
Oh
this
Jesus!
piece right here. I
Who knows?
know.
Who
This looks like an
knows?
Ironhide silhite for some reason.
It's
No,
8
that's,
of them, man.
That's
Yeah.
Megatron.
That's the Junkion.
Yep.
No, that's not Megatron, man. That's the
Not
Junkions. This we just throwing stuff together.
right.
Could be Mirage for all,
All
I
right.
know. I don't know. It's
All right, so lead us
Back
in.
to our regularly scheduled program.
Lead us into the
program.
next to kind of like
So that's your Devy Wars. So and by the way, before I move forward, I will say, and Sony mentioned it already in the chat, right? So Dr. Wu has also announced that they are releasing their Devastator, and I think Scott, help me out. It was Mixmaster and who was it? Scrapper.
I don't know who the
said-
first two were, but also Dr. Wu is just not even anywhere close to the scale of these, right? Dr. Wu.
No.
is just,
Yeah, these are
amazing.
Fair
Legends
enough.
figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just worth mentioning that now they have also announced that they're doing a Devastator as well. So there's
Yep.
somebody else
Them
that
and
you can
Blockies,
look at if
right?
you're right. So anyway, but yeah, so here we have right, as we talked about. So we've got your tune accurate guys, right? Fans Toys, X Transbots, Ocular Max, MMC. Diving in, fighting out the big three, sticking to their tune style, whatever. Real quick, guys, go through. Scott, start with you. Who's
FT.
your Devy?
FT Devy all the
FT
way
all
here.
day long.
Yep.
Eric,
Yep.
Yeah, same.
FT, Leon,
Fans Toys, yeah.
yeah, Fans Toys, Derek.
Yep. Yes.
Is it
Fans Toys.
your hesitating like?
Fans Toys.
He said
Yeah,
Fans Toys too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll be the.
I was gonna
outlet.
say something funny
I'm-
about X Transbot, but we got to get out of here.
I'm
so-
gonna go with MMC, but again, it's only because I enjoy MMC's engineering of the all-in-one design. Now it remains to be seen if Fans
Sure.
Toys is doing an all-in-one design or not.
Mhm.
But based on their protective bots, the MMC just based on the engineering is what I'm gonna go in on. I absolutely agree with you guys. The Fans Toys one looks absolutely fantastic. Their figures look fantastic. I'm sure the combined mode is going to be absolutely fantastic. But if I was going to pick, I would be picking MMC. But that's just me. And then moving on to, and then we have the three stylized guys, right? So Dreamstar Toys, Mecha Invasion, Studio. Scott, same thing. Who would you go with if you were picking a stylized? You're already in on Mecha Invasion, I take it.
And I'm in on Dreamstar.
And Dreamstar? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Eric disappeared for some reason. Leon, I'm going to move on to you.
Oh, I'm
buddy.
here.
Okay, Eric, what do you
I'm
think,
here.
buddy? You're going to
Making me pick is, I swear, it's torture. So none of it.
It's a cheap out.
I got to go with none. I mean, if I have to pick one, like gun to my head, I'm gonna go with the Dreamstar.
Okay. Leon,
Make Invasion.
Mecha Invasion. Okay. Derek,
Dude, Mech Invasion, no doubt. Got it in my hand right here. You know, that's telling me the story right there. Plus, I don't know who them dudes that they pulled together for Dreamstar, because none of them I recognize.
All right.
Who you? I don't know you.
Anyway,
Oh,
give us a shout there in the chat squad. If you had to pick G1 or Stylized, which one of these Devastators would you pick for your combined mode?
Just G says he's in on Mech Invasion.
There you go. Trey 5 saying XTB.
XTB for bot mode.
Yeah, so let us know what you think there, guys, and we'll move on. So quickly, we're going to go over the costs, as Scotty kind of alluded to. So as typical, right? So Fans Toys is the most expensive, but I mean, I think we can all agree that Fans Toys always has the paint. They have the quality, right? They knock these things out of the park over and over and over. As much as I despise the way that Fans Toys do things, I have to admit that their stuff looks good. That combined mode, I think, is going to be fantastic. But you are paying the premium of about $170 a figure, right?
Whoa.
No, 200, bro. 200.
So he's going by probably Canadian prices.
No,
because
how is Canadian cheaper than US?
No,
when I poked around, it was about $175 on average.
All right, so allow me to school you to the game, buddy. Those are $199. $199 per. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The extra.
And they're only about
no.
The Fans Toys, and they're only about $40 more than the X Transbots.
Right.
Yeah.
So the X Transbots, they're about 150, 160, right? Depending on which side you're looking at, right? So
I'd probably put them, even though the graphic says three, I would probably put them on par with the Studio Ox, Studio 1, and Dreamstar is about 150 as well.
Yeah. So just checking my notes. So the MMC stuff. So I put X Transbots and Fans Toys at 3 because they were both $150 or more.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
The MMC guys are about 120, 130, right?
Okay. I was wondering what the prices were on those.
Yeah. And then the Studio series is also about 120, 110, right? So they're in about the same. So if we're looking at, again, if you're looking at the tune accurate, MMC has got your cheapest costs. We know what the MMC quality is like, right? They always do decent. That all-in-one engineering. It's always a question of, is the scale the right size? Is that what you want? Fans Toys has obviously, the more hyper tune accurate, but you are paying a little bit more than what you are paying for X Transbots. Is it worth that few extra dollars for Fans Toys versus X Transbots, given we know that there's sometimes quality control issues with X Transbots? Maybe not. But so far, everybody has said that the X Transbots figures that they've got are solid. So anyway, so Scott, what do you think?
May the odds ever be in your favor.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. So then when we get into the stylized stuff, of course, it appears that our want, right, our supply versus demand, our want for hypertune obviously speaks to the cost. Although again, Fans Toys and X Transbots and MMC, they do put out quality, right, solid figures every time. Is Studio Series, Dreamstar Toys, and Mech Invasion doing the same quality? I would argue probably not. And then you get into the stylized.
Hold on.
Many. So hold on. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I was just going to say, and then you get into the stylized, which obviously not all of us want, which then probably drives the cost down, right? But Scott, go ahead.
So that's where that's why. And listen, I don't want to be a shill for anyone. I don't, but and I bought the initial set of these Mecha Invasion with a high degree of skepticism, but I was won over 100%. And the graphic, while I understand now how you built this from you're grouping together kind of like a range of prices. Yeah. The reality is that the Mecha Invasion is not even on par with Dreamstar, because the Dreamstar hook and or the Dreamstar scrapper are like 130, whereas I'm getting 2 bots in Mecha Invasion
Yes.
for $90.
Yep.
And on top of it, and this is where I was won over again, and why it feels like I'm a shill, but I'm not, is it that the quality of these guys, there's not one iota of sacrifice in quality. Like they're ratchets, they're solid. Like listen, the Derek's playing with them right now, and he can tell you, like they are solid figures. There's no quality compromise here. And go ahead.
I will say this, Scott, real quick. I mean, you can be a shield just as long as you paying the tax. You got to kick it back. You got to kick it back a little bit. Yeah, you know what I mean, we need these promos.
Yeah, I feel you. Derek,
So Derek,
Derek,
so
you're
Derek, tell us.
firsthand
You've got
right now.
Derek. You've got a Mecha Invasion in your hand right now. Tell us what's the quality.
No, the quality is great. For the cost and the price and for what you're expecting for it is actually great. And
You sound low, Derek.
like
There
I
we
said,
go.
Like I said, I'm going in. I want the complete set. I've said that. I said that before
He
they
said that a
actually
long time
released.
ago.
That bot you have in your hand is $45.
Mm-hmm.
$45. It's just nuts. It's crazy nuts.
And then
So-
to be able to do it without any special instruction, no fear of breaking it or anything like that. I mean, it's-
Ratchets.
Yeah,
Like they didn't spare. Where's the cost cutting? You could say that maybe it's because they molded it in green plastic. Okay, fine. But there's so many tampos on there that that's gone.
indeed. Look at it.
They are
Sorry,
chug
yes.
prices. Just G. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Listen, kudos to them for making something that other people want. I'm glad that
You don't
there's
want it.
another. I definitely don't want it, but I do understand what it means for the collector space. And before we, I don't want to tip the hat too much, but that's one of the topics that we need to cover before we get out of here is how does it negatively or positively affect the collector space?
Yeah.
Because we're on price now, right? So not everybody can afford to buy each and every one of these. Heck, you're probably in the top 1% if you can afford to buy all of these at the same time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But with so many different Devastators coming out again, you're forcing fans to choose on something that they may or may not already have, but you're forcing them to choose where they could be spending their money elsewhere to kind of finish their collection because people are going to buy this stuff. It looks great. They don't want to miss out. It fills a niche for some people. It fills a spot or a hole for a lot of people, so to speak. So, I mean, this could very well slow us down from finally completing stuff, man. That's my biggest takeaway from this.
look, I'm gonna say this. I'm a grown ass man, and I do what I want. And I'm gonna say,
I'm calling Sean.
Yeah.
I'm playing, man. I'm playing, bro.
Oh, boy.
I'm playing.
And with that, I have no more to say. But no, for me, it comes down to what am I going to do with it, and what is the purpose of buying it in the first place?
Yeah.
Just like you said, for me, I'm looking for something that looks good to display with everything else. It's nice to have something to play with on the desk and all that type of stuff, but eventually, I'm going to get tired of it. But before I get, how long is it going to be before I get tired of it? That's going to be the question for me personally. And so it's those two things: what's going to go on display, or what's going to go here, and for me to fiddle around with. That's the determination for me. Now, I understand that some people have different takes on that, and that's cool. But just be honest with yourself and be real with yourself before you make that decision. And then you're buying something that you wish you didn't buy and be like, oh, I gotta get rid of it now. And then you're trying to sell it for the same price that you sold it, that you bought it for. Nah, don't work out that way sometimes. So yeah, I have that realization too, because when I sell things, y'all know me, I'm not selling it for what I paid for it. I'm selling it so I can get rid of it.
Get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are all questions that you're going to have to ask yourself before you actually make these decisions on what you're going to go in on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's fair. And just a caveat, right? Just so that and everybody that's looking at this is it. You know, Scott's point is correct, right? That while I have, you know, the Dreamstar toys, I'm just double checking my notes. About $100 a figure, but yeah, the Mecha Invasion was 2 figures for the same price, right? So really, this is like half a dollar sign. But yeah, right. Like to Derek's point, right? When you're considering what it is that you want to get, right? Obviously, this becomes a factor. Not all of us can just go ahead and buy a full, you know, set of fans toys and a full set of X-Transbots, or a full set of fans toys and a full set of Ocular Max, so that we've got a combined mode and a individual bot mode or whatever, right? So this is just something to consider, and how does this impact us as collectors in regards to other things that are coming out that we also want to buy. Scott just showed Magic Square Onslaught, right? Do you have to forego Magic Square Combaticons because you want to buy fans toys and X-Transbots, right? So and none of this, by the way, this war that we keep joking about has done anything in regards to the price, because here you have Mech Invasion over here doing $45 a figure at decent quality, even though it's stylized, and yet there's fans toys at 3 times the price.
Yeah.
Because
what? Because we want too inaccurate?
Yeah.
Can I add something else to? No, I'm sorry. No,
Go for
no, Scott. You need to complete that.
No, I've
gotta
talked a
complete
lot.
that.
Go ahead.
No, because what he's asking you is relevant to what you're getting ready to say. So he's asking you a question.
So I say 4 times the price because it's 200, right? So
Right.
And the reality is that they're speaking to 2 different crowds, and if they were the only 2 people in the marketplace, then I would say we were in a really healthy state. But the reality is that we've got 6 companies now, all vying for the same product, the same money that we have to spend, and without any flex, I'm an exception in that I'm buying multiple versions. Most people are just going to buy one.
Exactly.
And so to have all of these guys in and sinking all of this developmental cost into 6 different releases, because that's what it really is for each one of them. I don't think everyone survives from a company perspective, because you have a lot of cost put in, and there are going to be some losers in this war. There always is.
So here's where I'll jump in on that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Leon.
No. I was just agreeing with what he was saying.
So I'm gonna jump in here and say this. 3 of these are truly MP figures, right? They're vying for your dollar in the masterpiece space. The Studio series, or Studio Ox, or not Studio Ox, I'm sorry, Moon Studios, I think is the name of the company. They are vying for your Bayverse dollars. So everybody who is in the Bayverse MP game, the movie stuff, should be perfect for that. No, I'm sorry, that's Dreamstar toys. The Mech Invasion goes both ways, right? So some people will try to stick this with MP, although it's not really MP. But the Studio series and the Mech Invasion is vying for a whole different fan base. So I think a lot of these will be around for the long haul. We know the big 3 is going to compete for your MP dollar. Now, who swallows who, quote unquote, who drops the hammer on who is yet to be seen, because we haven't seen anything from MMC yet. But I'd argue even MMC is not even vying for your dollar in the MP space in the combined figure mode, because they're making their own lane as well, which was smart, because they don't have to really compete with the big 2, because they know those guys are coming hard and fast, for lack of a better term. So I see these companies being around for a little longer. I'm just tired of the DEVY wars. This is the second time we've gone through it. This is the probably the largest swath of figures we've seen doing it all in one time, and we've only covered 6 here tonight. There's actually 2 more. So you still gotta factor in Studio series, who that's gonna get your Shug collector, and for some of those guys, they like to mix and match MP. And with the MPG line coming out, that Studio series is probably gonna fit great with that. So you have so many different avenues that you can go in, man. This is probably a good time to be alive for a modern day collector. I'm just tired of seeing DEVY.
Supply and demand.
I'm over it.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we didn't even touch on the the studio series,
The legend
exactly,
scale.
or the legend scale for that matter, right? For that, but I mean, legend scale, right, is like there's not as much competition, right, as the MP, right?
Well, there is now.
right?
You got
I
Dr.
guess.
Wu.
Yeah,
You got New Age and Magic Square both did theirs already. They both came out with recolors. I mean, that wasn't but 2 years ago. I mean, we're still coming out of that. I mean, it's just been a lot. I'm DEVY'd out, bro.
I hear you.
DEVY'd out.
I hear you. Yeah, Leon, you got anything you want to throw in here, buddy, before we move on to the next madness that we'll talk about?
All I gotta say is I'm so glad I'm not a masterpiece collector.
Preach, brother.
I got my DEVY, I got my Bruticus, I got my Minosaur, Legend Scale. I'm cool.
Good.
I say that, but
man.
I've got a stupid MP protected bot from MMC thing going on back here. That anyway, whatever.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Anyway,
All right, Rusty, go ahead and get ready to wrap this up, man. We got a couple more slides left, right?
Yeah, we got this lesson. So just a quick summary from the cost perspective as well, right? Is that there's the sort of question mark around who's released what and how many are left to go, right? So Fans Toys has released 2. They've shown us 5, but they haven't given us the 6th one. So what's going on there, right? X Transbots has 1 with another one that we know that's coming on the way. Same thing with them. They've only shown us 5. Where's the 6th one, right? What's going on with that? MMC, they've shown us 4, although they have shown us the full combine. They haven't given us the other 2, and they haven't released any, right? So kind of to Dare's comment back earlier is, while MMC is sort of throwing their hat in the ring of the DEVY Wars, they haven't released anything yet. It's all just renders, right? So we don't really know what's going on with that or when it's going to come out and what do the last 2 look like.
I didn't catch this earlier, but actually it's Studio and Dreamstar swapped. Studio has released 1 and has 1 on its way. Dreamstar has released 1 and has 1 on its way. Studio has not released any yet.
Okay.
Is it the other way? Oh, okay. Because based on the renders I saw, or the pics I thought you had it right. Anyway, okay, fair enough. So sorry, guys, this might be backwards then, right? But so Dreamstar has 1 and 1 with 6 revealed. So we kind of have an idea of what their stuff is going to look like. And then Mech Invasion, as we've seen, they've got all 6 out. They're done, right? You can buy all 6 of these right now and have your brand new DEVY sitting on your shelf, although it is a stylized version. But anyway, just to give you guys an idea of where things are at, right, is that, you know, it seems like the big 2 out of the 3 are really vying for our tune accurate MP dollars, but they haven't given us a complete set yet. And then we have this Mecha Invasion down here, nice and easy money, qualities there, sets complete. You want a Devastator that looks something like a Toy World Devastator? Boom, you can go and get this tomorrow. And then the rest of them we're just kind of waiting on to see how things pan out. So anyway, Scotty, you got anything on that or
no? Just a shout out to you, bro. Slides were fantastic tonight. The little finish sign, the finishing flags there, wow, just perfect.
Yeah, man.
Eric?
Good job tonight.
Indeed.
I just want to wrap up by saying, man, like it's becoming exhausting, in a lot of different ways. Being an MP collector, especially when you're dealing with 6 or 7 companies making the same figures. Like, come on, man, and I'm close to the end. I'm almost there, and I just got a couple more figures that we need. I wouldn't say a couple; it's more than a handful, but that we need to kind of finish some shelves, man. Just stop playing games and give us what we need. Like, Jesus Christ,
give me my Legends Computron, give me my Defensor, give me some Headmasters, and I'll be happy.
Dude, Leon, don't even get me started on Bingo Toys because I'll go on a massive tangent now about Bingo Toys Computron. But anyway,
where's Magic Toys Computron with your funky ass?
Well, the Legends one is being done by another company. Bingo Toys is doing the Masterpiece Computron.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, but there's another
that's what I'm
company
saying.
doing the other one.
Mhm.
The Legend Scale one. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I have
of the
that
other
one. I
thing.
can't remember the name of them. It's over here.
Anyway,
Well, the
just to-
Computrons that are out already is the Make Toys one and the Warbotron. The
Yeah.
Warbotron one.
I have
And of course the
Toys
Hasbro
version.
ones. If you really want to count those. So.
Anyway, Chat Squad, as we said before, let us know, who are you going with? Is it Fans Toys? Is it MMC? Is it X Transbots? Are you going with the Tune Accurate? Are you going with the stylized? Mecha Invasion already out. Buy it tomorrow. Are you going to wait on these other guys, Dreamstar and Studio? Let us know what it is that you want to go with, and I'll quickly go through the guys. Scott, if you had a choice today, who would you buy?
Fans Toys for tune
Combined?
accuracy,
Oh, yeah.
and Mecha Invasion for overall quality, price, and everything else.
Eric?
I'm definitely doing Fans Toys for my combined mode. I mean, I'm in this game now, so let me just tell you what I got. Fans Toys for combined mode, Toy World would be my vehicle mode, and X Transbots for my robots.
Nice. Leon?
Fans Toys for my Masterpiece shelf. And the is the MMC the Studio Ox.
all-in-one? Yeah, that's it right here.
Yeah. That would be my bot mode. Yep.
Okay.
Derek?
Both the Fans Toys DEVY for my display and the X Transbots for the bots and the Mech Invasion. I just did Scavenger instantly. Again, intuitively.
Nice.
This is definitely the ones that's going to be on my desk to play around with. I can't wait to get the other four so I can do the combined mode with all of them. But yeah, those are my choices.
I'd go with, again, I just love MMC. I love their quality. I love their engineering. I know it's not in scale. I would go with the MMC DEVY. Even though, like Eric, I hear what you're saying. It just doesn't have the same detail as the Fans Toys. But I can't justify the price. And same thing, if I had to go with the stylized, I would jump in on the Mecha Invasion. $45 a figure. How can you go wrong with that for a stylized version? That's the way I would go.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. So yeah, that was wow, that was a lot. Yes, Scott.
Excellent.
You have a question?
The last one of these things is not like the other because nobody came up with it. There's only one of us who has no facial hair.
No
I
beard.
thought about that.
Hey, mine's would not grow, bro. I'm sorry, but look, it'll be patchwork with me. I'll be 40, I'll be 43 this year, and I can't grow shit.
What? Another one in here don't look his age. Dude, I thought you were 30.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate. Like, they're good. I'm finna get my ass a workout tonight because they're complimenting, brother. I'm finna go and put some oatmeal on my face tonight before I go to bed.
Hey, yo.
Appreciate it, brother. Take me oatmeal bath tonight, shit.
There you go.
I thought somebody would point out the fact that Eric's the only one that's wearing a baseball hat the wrong way.
Well, I put that in the chat.
There's that too.
Yeah.
There's that too.
I did put that in the chat. All right, guys. But it's well overdue, but we are having such a good time, good conversation. I didn't want to break up the fun. So let's go ahead and go around.
Y'all having me.
Yeah, man. One last time, and we'll go ahead and get out of here. Let's start with our special guest, Mark 44 Prime, man. Go ahead and give some shout outs and where you at, and let's go.
Mark 44 Prime, Leon, Red, whatever you want to call me, it's fine. You can catch me on Instagram, Mark 44 Prime, Facebook under Leon FANT, or just wherever. Hit me up a messenger. It don't matter. I don't care. I'm cool. At least I try to be.
Yeah, man. No doubt.
I'll do this again one day.
Solid
brothers,
friend, bro.
My brothers.
My brother.
Yep. Yes, sir.
No doubt. Derek.
You can find me, Derek B, on your Book of Faces. You can also find me on Instagram as Derek B Rusty. You can also find me here every other Tuesday for Do You Even Transform Bro, as we transform your Tuesday every other Tuesday. Shout out to ETR, as I do the Robit News every Monday night, the best part of your Monday and mine. And I want to, I don't have a quote tonight, so I want to do this real quick because I wanted to add a statement to what I was saying earlier, what I was saying in regards to purchasing and selling off your stuff. I want y'all to think about something real quick. When you're offloading your stuff, what I don't want to hear and don't want to feel is your guilt trip. I understand that you got bills to pay. I understand you got loved ones to take care of, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. So if you want to honestly just sell your stuff and just get rid of it, just get rid of it. I don't need to hear your grandma needs a new lung. I don't need to hear about, all the sadness that goes. My carburetor needs to be changed, and I got to come up with the money for that. I know what you're thinking. Who still uses carburetor? Yeah, who still uses carburetor?
Mix some oil and
the boy showing his age.
Cooling and water mix.
Hey, you want some lead for your gas while you at it? Jesus Christ.
Yo, but no, no, truly, those are things that I don't want to see, and I don't want to deal with you because you'll have something that I want, and I'll be like, nah, I don't know, because I don't know if it's real or if it's fake. But yo, if you want to get stuff from me, hit me up whenever you see an NJCC come in your town. Trust and believe your boy will be there getting rid of stuff at very low prices. So
or best offer.
Yeah, or best offer. Yeah, you know about that OBO, don't you? Yeah, OBO's always on them stickers. Yeah,
all right,
I'm good. I'm good. That's it.
Yes, sir. Scotty.
Bane Reese X on Instagram and PlayStation. Scott Marble on Facebook, and that's all the social folks.
Yeah, man. Rusty the Mechanic.
I am the Rusty Mechanic, and you can find me on all your social media platforms as the Rusty Mechanic, except for Twitch because fuck Elon Musk. And you can also find me as the Rusty Mechanic Games on Twitch, which I have restarted Call of Duty gaming with the wife, who is also on Twitch now as Boom Boom Betty, also doing that Wreckfest 2 stuff, so you can find me out there. At Wreckfest 2, you'll actually find me being quite hilarious and doing things like, Anyway, that's it for me. That's where you can find me. Eric B, where are you at?
You can find me, Eric B, in your Facebook groups, Eric Burgess, Instagram, Mr._EDUB82. You can also find myself, my wife, and our board putting in work for Kennedy's Village. Speaking of which, we got a meeting this weekend. And then also you can find us every other Tuesday right here on this very channel for Do You Even Transform Bro, or every other Wednesday for me, co-hosting Figure Banging with the good old folks over there on that side of the channel. I want to give a big shout out again to Leon for joining us tonight. Thank you again, sir, for heeding the call.
Thank you for having me
tonight. Yeah, man, I'm glad you had a good time. We look forward to you joining us in the future. Give a shout out to my co-host.
Yeah, dude, I would have bought a new mic and everything. I didn't get the chance to hook the shit up.
No,
I got one of these. I caught it on sale on Amazon, and I'm like, I didn't get to play.
Yo.
Look at that. He's
you definitely got to come back. You definitely got to come back.
Yeah, for sure. Just let me know. Give me a heads up, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, man.
I enjoyed it.
For sure.
I've been telling my wife I want to do more of this anyway. So she like, why don't you do it? And I'm like, okay, yeah, man. That's the main thing. So, but yeah, I'll sacrifice if you'll have me.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. You'll definitely have you back on soon.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Rusty, Scott. Derek, good seeing you again, buddy.
Yes, sir. Good seeing you always, bro.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Always.
Yes, sir. And then I just want to thank also Scott and Rusty for helping us with the topic in the background, getting that stuff together tonight. It's Rusty with the slides, Scott's with some of the talking points. Them two together, man, is like I wouldn't say Batman and Robin, although it is a good size difference, but like Batman and Superman.
Wow.
They
I deserve that. I was throwing throwing some elbows tonight. Yeah.
Man, you slid that on in there.
He did.
I do what I do when I Rusty, man, go ahead and hit us up with that chat squad so we can get up out of here.
I will hit up the chat squad. I'll just follow up on the Kennedy's Village thing again. I am doing a raffle again this month for Kennedy's Village. I am giving away an MPG-09 Super Jinrai at the end of this month. I know the first one got crushed, as I said at the beginning of the episode. There is another one coming, so it will be given away. I will do the draw at the end of the month as long as we get 400 entries. We're at 201. Oddly enough, somebody put in one entry and they're hoping for the best. So we need another 200 entries to give this thing away at the end of the month. If I don't get 200 entries at the end of the, or 200 more entries at the end of the month, no worries. I'll just carry everything forward. We'll do the draw in April. So as soon as I hit 400 plus entries, I'll go ahead and I'll do that Super Jinrai giveaway. So please go ahead and check either my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. You can get all the details there on how you can get your entries in to support Kennedy's Village. Again, half the proceeds always go towards Kennedy's Village. The other half is just to cover off the cost of the figure itself. So if you want to help out Eric and his family, Derek's family as well, right, with that sickle cell, bridging that gap between the research and care, please jump in on that. It's always appreciated. It is MPG-09 Super Jinrai.
Hey, bro.
Hopefully at the end of the month.
That one entry is Derek B, because the bro knows he's
right.
He's literally like, unlike Hunger Games, odds are always in his favor, bro.
Rabbit foot Derek.
I'm gonna take Derek to the casino and give him my money and let him put it in the slots.
You'll buy me a lottery ticket.
Matter of fact, I'll just grab my hand and let me put the money in for you.
There you go. Yeah. No, just sit. When it comes to the slots, sit Sean down there and just let her do her.
Just let her run it.
We gotta make it happen.
Let her run it. You put me on the tables. Put her at the slots. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We had an awesome hangout in the chat squad again this evening. Big group. As we said at the beginning, oddly enough, Wolfie got in there first. Eric von Wolfenstein was number one in the chat, ahead of Toy Mafia, who was second. Then we had Void 7904, Jedi Mindset, as always, Paul Morales, Logan, Dante, aka Esteban, Rodimus Power Toy Collector, Willie Wamo, Jay Jeter, Spencer, Holiday, Brink, Pool 5555, Deluxe was hanging out, Just G Squared, Ralphie, aka Vendetta, or Astronomus Toys. Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting, but he was in there.
New faces in here too.
Yeah, we got some new people. Sony from TM Reviews popped in with us. Thank you, Sony, for hanging out. Treyfi and Ryan Vegan Tech. Yes, again, Sony, thanks for keeping us honest with the new updates. Ryan Vegan Tech as well, and that is everybody that was in the chat squad. Again, you guys were on fire. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate every single one of you.
Yeah, man. And with that, guys,
now, hold on. If Derek has nothing to say, then I have something for everybody. Are you ready?
Negative. Peace out.
Say it with me now. Really?